sound stirs things up. You can use rattle.
What's up? It is Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're listening to the dulcet tones of DG, Dylan Guerra, as he brings in... Sorry, this bit I did not think about. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Slasher Town. I'm going to restart. Hey, hi, welcome. What up? It's Monday. It's another episode of Slasher Town, and tonight we are we're going to be descending a little bit into one of my favorite horror films of all time, The Descent. So it's going to be a blast. How are we doing? I have some fun cave facts to tell you that I thought about before this. When I was in college, there was a gas station liquor store that we used to go to get party supplies. But the way that the sign was, made it look like it sold beer, wine, and cave, but it was the beer and wine cave, but it was like beer, wine, and cave. So now whenever I think of caves, I think of that gas station in Dallas, Texas called the Beer, Wine, and Cave. And that's, I hear you clacking away. Ooh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, it wasn't to chat. Whoops. I read everything in the vMix out loud. What up? Y'all, you know how Slasher Town works. It's an RPG based loosely off Tales from the Loop system, where our friends roll a certain number of six-sided dice. A 6 is a success. Anything, and no 6s, that is not a success. A 1 is a critical fail. A 1 with no 6s is a critical fail. And a lot of 6s is a bigger success. And there are ways for you to get involved in our game. We have the add a die. You can give a character an extra die, an extra chance to roll a 6. You can give a player a re-roll. That means they can re-roll their entire hand. You can give me an auto 1. That's an auto failure to give to a player. No one's bought one for me yet. I'm just saying no one's given me a major fail yet. And we have an auto 6, which is an automatic success for any of the characters. And my personal favorite, you can add an obsession in the game. It's a character who has a particular obsession that will be brought up in that episode as an NPC. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a blast. And you know, it's been getting wild in old sweet Slasher Town. We've done Cabin in the Woods, we've done Jaws, we've done The Ring. We did a four-part Scream series. And I'm just having a blast doing it, and I love seeing all of your faces. Hi, J Pistol. I want to say hi to some of the peeps that we have. J Pistol, right? We got who else? We just J Pistol. Mask Ranger, Gaiaka, Fox. What up? Gaiaka has to be here. Wow, there's like a I'm just looking at the chat now. There's like a conversation happening. Oprah Nope, what up? Yeah, so we're gonna have a blast tonight. We're gonna have a blast. And now, I think it's time for me to say, roll the intro. Welcome to Slasher Town, the safest town in the USA. Don't believe what you read in the papers about Wyatt Wilder, the concrete surfer, Hazel Morrison, the know-it-all, and Penny Chu, that dumb cheerleader who claimed they were chased by a ghost face, caught him, and took his mask off, revealing not a head, but a void of nothing. Come swim in the deepest lake in the world, or spill your guts at Starside Adventure Park. I'm Dylan Guerra, your tour guide through all things fun and safe. Slasher Town, we're all expecting you. Welcome to Slasher Town. You know it. You've probably been there. That tiny suburban town you're imagining, the one with Starside Adventure Water Park and all those murders. You know, Evil Shark, Ghostface, Samara, and a little cabin in the woods right on the outside. That's Slasher Town. Our heroes, Penny, Wyatt, and Hazel, just escaped from a facility eerily similar to the facility in 2011's The Cabin in the Woods by chasing their injured, parasite, pale-looking, dog-sized spider about all of sorry, parasite spider looking thing that they call Naomi into an elevator marked Spain. And that's where we find our three friends in this strange metal elevator heading up, 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 clutching their bleeding spider friend Naomi. And what color is the blood coming out of the spider, Hazel?
It's this really vibrant purple, almost a violet, and it makes me sad looking at it because it's our friend.
And and as that purple blood is getting all over the elevator floor, as our little spider Naomi goes in the pain from the gear stuck in its chest, there's heading towards Spain. There's a ding, and the elevator door opens up, and sort of like a miraculous wind, it pushes you out, closes, and disappears, becoming a full wall behind it. And you find yourself, the three of you, Hazel, Penny, and Wyatt, or the four of you, and Naomi, in a very cold, cold place with one little light bulb on a string that is illuminating various vegetables and a stack of soda can containers and a keg and some meat in packaging and little labels and little things all over it.
I don't know what's worse, all this blood or all these vegetables.
Okay, I think we need to suture this, or just there's just so much blood. Guys, does anybody have like any tape? So I look at Naomi's carapace. Is
Ooh!
is
Yes,
there?
you do!
Do I see?
What's a carapace?
So like its outer shell. It's like thorax. It's like the thorax of like a spider's, like, like the skin of it, like the
Yeah, totally.
meat of its body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exoskeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you look at it. It's got there's the gear stuck sort of like in its chest. And it's oozing, it's seeping, all of the blood is coming from there. It's not injured really pretty much anywhere else but there.
Okay, so
Ooh.
yes.
Okay. What if we used one of the sausage casings as a way to wrap the exoskeleton? I'm not saying this just because I started eating a sausage, but we do have a casing just in case you want it.
Yeah, y'all look
Okay,
over and Penny is she just immediately started eating a sausage out of the sausage container. It's in a container, it's labeled actually chorizo.
Okay. Well, new plan. Does anybody have some anything, like any clothing they're not ready? I mean, they're ready to let go of anything.
I'll rip the lab coat that I'm wearing off with one arm and like groan as I do it with because my left arm is still messed up from the excursion, and so I like give up my sling and start trying to collect some of the blood around the wound so we can see what's actually injured.
Yeah,
So-
let's do
Yeah.
yeah, let's do for you, Wyatt. Let's do a tinker check.
Tinkering. That'll be
Tinkering.
5d6 for me.
Oh.
And you know what?
Yes.
Ooh.
How do you do it?
Sloppily, and I cut my hand while I soak up the blood, so now it's a mixture of red and purple. But it does staunch some of the bleeding. But now I have a
Good,
busted shoulder and a cut hand.
This is true. Busted shoulder, cut hand, little Naomi in a lab coat, and you see that she is she's responding to this, and she's just a little like, and she's gonna delicately put one arm just sort of like touch your cheek, Wyatt, and like graze it with like the back of her little spider. It's actually it's the middle two, but it's the right middle one that just delicately comes up and touches your cheek, and it's just like,
Hey, you're gonna be okay. This is fine. You got a tough outer shell. That's what it was made for, to stop giant saw blades and gears from killing you immediately. You'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It still doesn't speak English, but it does go off vibes. So it's like
It's like a with tone. I hear you.
It's there, the heart. And meanwhile, Penny has ripped the chorizo casing into thin strips, and with her keychain and her Swiss Army knife, she has like a needle. So she's just making like basically like a DIY suture kit.
ooh, fine.
Perfect. So while that's happening, I want to try to I wanted to take that jacket as well. We need to remove that. And if everybody's like timed up and ready to do it, whether we are going in and doing sutures or if we're stopping the bleeding first and doing sutures, you get the process. I want to do it in that order so we can get it all cleaned up and bandaged up. So we have to remove the gear, I assume.
You that's up to you. It would make sense.
Well, she wouldn't want it just sticking out of her side, would she?
Its back legs are both poking at the gear while she's in presumably Wyatt's arms, because he's just wrapped her in a little lab coat. So it's two arms are at the gear. Arm. I'm calling them arms. I don't know what else to call them. Legs. Arms/legs poking at the gear. Well, it's just like
Well,
Penny clicks open the knife portion of her Swiss Army knife. She has found a bottle of Spanish alcohol and is just like dousing it with the knife and is like, okay, well, I'm ready anytime you guys are. So and I can just sew right up.
I look around this elevator. Do we have a lot of room to do any of this? Maybe we should.
you have room to do this, but it's not an elevator. You're in some sort of cold. It's clear to all of you that you're in some sort of cold storage. In fact, the
Oh,
elevator
yeah.
door that you came through, it's now just a wall. You walked. It almost looks like you walked through a wall to get into this cold storage place. But there is a door on the other side, a big like metal door that has one of those like latches that you open in cold storage places.
Okay. Well, if it looks like we may have stopped the bleeding, maybe let's just wrap it and then Wyatt, would you mind carrying Naomi so we can find a better place to do all of this?
Happy to.
Awesome. So I'll just gently wrap it around the gear and then we can look around and then move out of this place because it's cold. It's, I'm assuming, dark. I don't want to do this here.
Absolutely. But just so you know, Penny is definitely gonna grab an entire like jamon, just like a leg of ham, just with her in case
Hey,
Yes.
for weapons or for food.
Penny, can you save me a sausage, please?
Oh, you got it. And Penny is just like stuffing sausages into her coat pockets and just being like la 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 la. She's like
Thank you.
50% sober.
Thank you so much.
Great.
All right. So I'll wrap it if I can. And then do we see anything around this room that might be useful? Any signs?
There's no signs, but it doesn't look like this door is locked. It doesn't look like it locks from the inside. It's just that you just see labels for things that are like cucumbers, chorizo, other vegetables, broccoli, and they're all in bins. And I would say it maybe begins to dawn on you that perhaps you're in the cold storage of like a restaurant. So,
I love
or a
this.
hotel. It's something that is like a food industry type of deal.
Perfect. I will try to look and peer out of that door then. I want to walk over and peer out of it.
Great. There's
See
no
what I see.
window. There's no window in the door. You would have to open the door to get out.
Yeah. I want to open it,
Oh,
crack
great.
it, and see
You
what I
open
see.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you open it and you sort of instantly recognize where you are from the hallway. It's It's a velvet hallway, like the walls are velvet where this door leads to. Across from it is a bathroom that says men slash baño, and it becomes clear to you that you are in a restaurant in Slasher Town called Ciudad Asesina. It's a local tapas restaurant in Slasher Town.
I turn back and I'm like, guys, we're back. We're back. We're back in town. We're at that tapas place that Penny loves so much.
This makes sense because I love tapas. I love eating tiny things in tiny bits. That's actually my favorite. At 10 p.m. because restaurants will not open for tapas unless it's 10.
Excellent. Okay.
Sorry.
Perfect.
I'll start like waving them over so they can come through and move, and we can get to moving. But we gotta hide. Is there like a jacket any of us have? We gotta hide Naomi.
Hold on. Is there just like an oversized cloche that we can bring her out
Oh,
of?
absolutely. There's an oversized. You want an oversized cloche? There's an oversized cloche. Yeah, there's an oversized
man.
cloche in cold storage. It was holding a bunch of butter. It was just like sort of on the side, just being used to hold butter at the time. Yeah, you can put it, and you can put her in it.
Wonderful. So we
Great.
do that, and we're gonna start trying to sneak out of this restaurant if we can.
Yeah. So y'all climb out into the hallway, and you've all been to this restaurant before, especially at 10 p.m. after, whatever various high school activities you have on a weekend. And the hallway, it stretches down. The bathrooms are across from the cold storage. It stretches down the hallway, and it goes to the left, where the main dining room is. Y'all would know that this restaurant is about this restaurant, is like, sorry, I just read the obsession that somebody voted on, and I'm obsessed with it. It's very cute. This restaurant, it's fairly big, but something else that you know about this restaurant is that it's at the edge of a strip mall. And like the next place over from the strip mall, Wyatt, you would know this. It's like there's like some hedges, and then across from it is Wilder Construction Company, for your family's construction company, is right by this restaurant. And so that's where y'all are at in the hallway. Presumably to get out, you would have to cross through the dining room.
Okay. We just got to keep our heads low and don't make eye contact with anybody. Just fly casual.
Just
Okay.
casual.
Penny puts down the chorizo that is half eaten, puts it in her pocket, gets rid of the crumbs, and is like, I am very normal right now.
Okay. Let's move. So I
Right.
want to try to lead this so it's like a guide, and I can just stop anybody who might approach us if it's busy right now.
Great. Yeah, so you lead them through, and you come to the main dining room, and you slam almost immediately into a waiter who is rounding the corner. And he's got a little name tag, and of course he recognizes Penny immediately. And he's like, "Oh my God, Penny! Wow! Oh, what are you guys doing back here by cold storage? Oh my God! Tell me that you're here because you're saving the day, girl. Half of the cheer team used to work at this tapas restaurant, and now that they've been eaten by Jaws, we're just absolutely bamboozled. So sad." And Penny, you see his name tag, and what does it say?
His name is Clammy Chowderson II.
Yeah. Oh, it's me. It's Clammy Chowderson II. I don't think y'all know me. It's crazy. I know. I'm from the Chowder family. Our family literally made clam chowder, but now I work at a tapas restaurant. I'm not in the family lineage to take over the Chowder restaurant, so this is just sort of a little fuck you to them. But anyway, now that I'm here, did you come here to work, or why are you holding one of the trays?
Oh, yes, we are working. We are in training. We're staging right now. So at this restaurant. So it's like a thing because I'm trying to get in and figure out because I love Spanish tapas so much. I just love little things on little plates served at 10 p.m. because restaurants literally will not open between like 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. in Spain. And I love it. You know, Clammy, like, oh, my friends here, they just had a rough time, and if you'll hear like a little bit of a weird sound, it's because my friend Hazel has IBS, and we are leaving to go take care of that. So we just gotta go.
It really hurts.
Oh. Can you roll a charm check for me, Penny?
I'm looking up IBS.
You bet. My charm is 0 and my heart is 1. So let's roll that. Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong one. Actually,
You rolled a d10.
I love it.
I know. I was like, that's not the right one. Oh wow!
Wow!
Worked.
Wow!
Incredible.
He looks at you and he's like, oh my god, thank God you're stodging. And then he's also like, do you know what's been driving? Thank God. And you know, now that you know what's been driving me nuts about this place? You know what's been driving me nuts? That we serve chorizo sausage, and it's a lot of pork. And you know, Wilbur. Do you know what I mean? Wilbur. Like, I've been reading Charlotte's Web every month since I was 6, and between Wilbur and Spider Lady, oh, that's Charlotte. That's Charlotte herself. and talking ducks. You know, I know so much about Charlotte's Web, and I just can't take seeing the pigs. I can't take seeing the pigs being just served like tapas. And he takes off his apron and he's like, I'm taking a page out of those dead cheerleaders' books and I quit. And he beelines actually right behind you. The door swings open. You see that behind you in the other direction was an exit door.
Oh, we could have just gone.
I could have just gone that way.
Okay.
I let go.
Well, you know what? We're gonna go this way.
Yeah. Oh, so they left. I can just let go of my stomach now and stop pretending like I'm in intense pain. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just.
Sorry, Hazel. I was just trying to cover up Naomi's cries of help.
It's fine. It's fine.
Hazel, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Do you have like Tums or something? Does that help? You've got everything in your backpack all the time. Like, do you need to stop at the store? We're not in a rush. Whatever you need.
We'll pick it up on the way. Thank you for thinking of me, Wyatt. That's very sweet.
Well,
Let's go.
Okay, let's deal with Naomi's bleeding and in your tummy, and we'll make sure everybody's feeling okay by the end of this.
You got it. Let's go.
We lead out. And what is outside?
Great. Outside is it's just like the classic trash cans. It actually looks really similar to the same dumpsters that you saw your Zeke, your friend, die at, but it's a different place because it's not the diving bell. And to your left, you see Wilder Construction Co. It's sort of like the back entrance. There's just one pickup truck parked outside. And to your right, it's just the back of a strip mall. It looks like the back of a strip mall, like that same sort of like outdoor mall wall material. It's not even a parking lot. It's like just cement where cars go through. There's like some trash on the ground. And that's what you see on the outside. Classic, like back of a strip mall vibe.
Okay.
If you guys want, there's definitely a first aid kit at my dad's work. We could grab something there.
That's perfect. Well, how far is it?
Let's go.
It's right there.
It's
right there.
Like 10 maybe 10 feet to the
Oh.
parking lot.
Oh, that's so convenient. Oh, okay. Well, let's go. Do you have the key? Or are we gonna have
It looks
to
like my
break
dad's
in
truck
there?
is out there, so we should be all right.
Oh, is your dad
Was
there?
it my dad's truck, or was it just some other pickup truck?
It's some other pickup truck.
Okay.
You know that there's a new guy that's going to be working there. I'll say that that
okay.
there's some new guy that's going to be working there, and your dad isn't in today.
Okay, cool. No, I don't think he's there, but you know, if somebody's there, it's open. They know who I am, so it should be fine.
Wonderful. Lead the way.
Great.
Okay.
Y'all walk. Y'all walk over to Wilder Construction Co. It's a very garagey feel to the back. There's a garage with a pickup truck, and you open the door to the back. And Wyatt, I'm going to let you describe this construction, the Wyatt Construction Co. Since it's your family business, you've been there a million times.
Yeah. So there is a long. I mean, there are obviously a bunch of big industrial like shop tools. You've got table saws, rip saws, jigsaws, just a really whole bunch of saws. Which at first like it kind of takes me aback because given what we've just gone through, but then I like remembered that I'm safe in this place. I know where everything is. There's a long table on the right side, and there are stacks of lumber up top of it on racks of like various lengths and different types of woods. On the like above the garage, there's like a big garage style doors so they can get in some machinery or forklifts when they need to. There's also a couple surfboards up on the wall for like surfing behind boats because we are close enough to the lake, and that is something that like my dad and his buddies do. I have done. I'm not great at it. That's not important to the layout of this place, but it's just giving context to Wyatt in general. There's yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then there's like a big sort of island in the center with various tools and like carts and stuff.
Great. And at one of those islands with tools, with carts and stuff, just sort of rearranging things, is a man you recognize. He is your older brother's best friend. He's around 24 years old. He's wearing all flannel with a little like utility belt around him. This is Jed Bunsen, and he's like, oh, right as you enter, you see him, and he's like, oh, well, hi, how? Oh, he's Southern. Oh, he's Southern.
He's Southern.
Oh well, hi. How y'all doing? The three friends. Yeah, your daddy was telling me about them. I'm just here working. It's my first day running this shop all by myself. So how y'all doing? What you got there in that here dish?
Oh, so we're doing so good. Also, do you happen to know where the first aid kit is?
The first aid kit, yeah, it's gonna be. It is just this shop is just one room essentially. It's a big open concept space. So he points to a back corner of the room, and he's like, "It's gonna be down there in that back corner, just by a pile of sawdust that I've been meaning to sweep up. Don't tell your dad. Don't tell your daddy that I haven't swept up the sawdust from the store yet. That was first on the agenda, but I just wanted to play with the tools, you know."
Hey, sometimes you got to get acquainted with the space before you can facilitate the cleaning of the space. I totally understand. Thank you for the heads up. And also, hey, maybe don't tell him that I needed a first aid kit because it's our secret. It's cool. I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah, that's chill. That's chill. Pinky promise you won't tell Dad about sawdust. I pinky promise I won't tell him about the first aid kit.
I'll go over and he'll just like I'll give him the pinky and he'll just see like blood kind of pouring down my hand. Go, oh, sorry, other pinky. No, the first pinky was the one.
Oh, okay. That done. There's a lot of blood. That almost happened to me when I chopped off my other pinky with the saw chopper. The buzz saw. Pretty much all of them for me are saw.
My dad did the same thing with the top of his thumb. He was working a table saw. He didn't use one of the tracks and chopped off the top of his thumb. It's about a half inch shorter and it's flat on top. When you shake his hand, pay attention. So know that you're not alone. Happens to the best.
Your daddy's a revolution. Let me tell you, your daddy's a revolution. And then we'll have you go over to the first aid kit. You see the first aid kit. It's actually, because you're at a construction site, it's actually a pretty heavy duty first aid kit. I'm going to say that like whatever you need, it's going to be in there.
Yeah, I'm going to grab. So we need gauze, antibacterial, we need sutures, and I'm also going to grab a crowbar, some pliers, and no, I feel like that'll be it. That'll be all we need to get that thing out of Naomi.
Yeah. Would I be able to assess the situation? Are we well prepared for this?
I mean, you're as prepared as teens with a heavy-duty medical kit are to
Excellent.
fix a spider none of you have ever seen, or nor the world has ever seen before.
All right. Well, I'm ready to guide them through this. I'll be
Great.
sure to tell them what they need to do and how to do it.
Since you're the one doing it, let's do a Hazel. Let's do a calculate check on you, for you.
Yes. Let's
And you
do
have just been
it.
given a reroll.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you so much if things go horribly wrong. Let me make sure that I got all the die I need. Yes, I do. All right, let's do it. Yes, we got a 6.
Yes. Okay. Explain this medical process and how y'all get the gear and suture the wound for this little spider.
So I pull out my book because we have copious amounts of health manuals in each school. So removal of a gear from a child's leg has actually happened here in Slasher Town, and detailed procedures have been pasted in my book. So I pull out my book. I have Wyatt grab the crowbar and angle it at a 45-degree angle and slide it into the gear teeth. And it slides out like pretty easily. And then I have Penny follow through and hold the wound closed as tight as possible. And I step them through suturing up Naomi's wounds. Also adding a little bit of help in there if they need it. And I hope that's all we need to do to get it done.
I think that's great. I think you succeed. You succeed in getting it done, and I think instantly Naomi looks a little bit happier. She looks a little bit brighter. You know, there's probably still going to be some. She's probably still going to leak some blood a little bit since this is like the haphazard wound. But I think you all have the sense that she's going to, or a haphazard, suture. It's what the best you can do without real
We're
medical
not
attention.
doctors.
But I think you have the sense that like she's not gonna die. She maybe just needs to rest. And she like curls up next to the sawdust and she like nuzzles, and you get the sense that she really is maybe beginning to view herself as like part of your little team in a way. And as you're all mesmerized looking at this cute, sweet little Naomi thing, you hear from the door to the shop bursts open, and you hear her before you see her, and she says,
"Oh God, where's the wood in this place?"
and you recognize immediately the sound of Charlotte Walcott. What did I get that name?
Walford. It's
Walford.
Dylan. It's Walford.
I'm so sorry. Walford.
It's okay.
You
Everyone
recognize
everyone gets it wrong.
You recognize immediately the sound of Charlotte Walford, head cheerleader of the Slashertown private school cheerleader team, the one that is right above Penny in line. And Charlotte, can you describe yourself for us a little bit for our friends at home watching?
Yeah, of course. So Charlotte is a, I would say, kind of classically tall, around 5'8", athletic but thin, kind of gorgeous vibes. Kind of, if anybody read Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, I'm thinking kind of a Bee Vreeland character. We've got like beachy blonde hair, like ponytail, but she's kind of like has some nerd underpinnings like underneath there. How much should I say? Should I say even more?
No, it's great.
Should I just keep going?
That's
Her mom's
great.
a librarian, so she likes to read books. Okay.
In fact, what book
That's
is
what
she
you
holding
need.
with her as she walks into this shop?
She's holding War and Peace, which it's her summer goal to finish. but it's kind of boring. But she's like committed, so she brings it everywhere she goes. So even if she has like a couple seconds, she can like catch up on Tolstoy a little bit.
I love that. So you step in, and immediately all three turn to you, and you immediately see Penny, who you haven't seen since the shark incident, since before the shark incident.
Penny, it's so good to see you.
Hey,
How are you?
Charlotte? Good. I wasn't expecting to see you here. And Penny kind of slides in front of Naomi. And it's like, hey, wow, so good to see you. Haven't seen you since the tragic, unfortunate incident where half the cheerleading squad died in the lake due to shark worms. But
I don't know.
Hey.
And Charlotte gets like really sad and dejected and is like really upset that you mentioned the shark attack because it's deeply personal for her. She was in love with one of the gals who got killed in the attack, and it's pretty sad. So like Charlotte's completely shut down and you're and is like about to cry.
Oh, no, don't cry. God, you're so pretty when you cry. It's just really upsetting for everyone. Hey,
can I have a hug?
While this is happening, I turn to Wyatt and I say, what's she doing in your dad's job? You're expecting?
I don't know. Everybody comes here to get wood. And I'm going to, while I say that, I like scoop sawdust into the cloche and cover it up.
Great. You would scoop sawdust into the cloche and cover it up. Perfect.
Penny is being hugged, but Penny is not comfortable with human contact. So Penny is just frozen, just like a deer in headlights of just like, what's happening? What's happening? Why is the blonde one touching me? And so she's just like gently patting Charlotte on the back.
I walk over and I say, go ahead.
No, you go.
I'll just walk over and say,
I want you to go.
I want you to go. Hi, Charlotte. I'm Hazel, and I'm not sure if you know Wyatt, but what's going on? What are you looking for? Are you need something?
Hi guys, it's really great to see you. Thanks for the hug. And Charlotte releases the hug and
Thank God.
But having been over the shoulder, she like noticed what was behind, like that there's some situation afoot with the sawdust and the cloche. And she's like, oh, are you guys working on a paper mache project?
Yes, we are. We are working on paper mache because we are turning the sawdust into paper.
It's for texture and color.
Way.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's for
Yeah,
texture.
like classic, like
poor
mashing
sweet
papyrus,
Penny.
making it all. Yeah.
My poor sweet Penny. You got to do a charm check again. You do have an added die if you want to use it.
The most
I
charming.
totally
You
will.
got this.
So much charm. So much.
Oh my God.
Wow.
How is this happening?
Don't question
Oh,
it.
wow.
Don't question it.
Oozing
You're right.
charm.
I don't question.
Yeah, this is
so
actually
Penny is
on.
just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Penny is just sitting there being like, and so we are making the paper mache for memorial statues for those who have passed. Charlotte, this is Hazel, and this is Wyatt. They're my friends. Please stop crying. It makes me really uncomfortable when people show emotions like this. And hey guys, this is Charlotte. She's captain of the cheerleading squad that I'm a part of. But just full disclosure, I was on the computational math side of the cheerleading squad, and I was the one who like calculated all the the triangles and the physics and stuff. But I was on the short list to actually be part of the formal cheerleading squad that didn't do the math. So, hey everybody, let's all meet and maybe look that way. And she points at the direction opposite to Naomi.
Yes. Let's look that way.
Great. You all look
Charlotte-
in the opposite. Yeah. No, you go.
No, I want you to go.
No, you all You all stand in an awkward straight line in almost complete silence, save for whatever Charlotte's about to say, and you look awkwardly in a direction completely opposite Naomi. And Jed sees what's happening, and even Jed sort of stops what he's doing, and he turns and also looks in the opposite direction of Naomi. And you're all just standing, looking in the opposite direction of Naomi.
Yeah. And Charlotte's like, wow, your mind really opens when you change your perspective. And everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to tell you while I was here. First of all, I want to say it's so nice to meet you, Hazel and Wyatt. I've seen you around school, but I know we haven't really interacted. I'm actually working on a devotional birdhouse for just a little kind of after-school project. So I need to buy wood. Wyatt, I know this is like your family's place. Like, do you think you could help me? I need a 2x4.
Yep, that's easy.
Yeah?
I mean, I could help you out with that if you want, but I didn't even write down his name. The son of a bun. What was his name? The guy who's watching.
Jed? Are you talking about me? Are you you're trying to figure out my name? Oh,
everybody.
Hi there, little lady. Sorry, you slipped in through the front, and then you just had us all look in the opposite direction of the first aid kit. That was not first aid kit. I didn't say anything about no first aid kit. What was it that you was looking for?
And Charlotte turns and looks and says, I'm looking for a 2x4, maybe a couple. I'm not sure. Depends on how big I want the house to be. Not sure yet. Haven't decided.
We got some by the wood chopper right over there, and y'all turn to where the wood chopper is. It's actually, he points in the same area where the first aid kit was, but it's like if the first aid kit was on the back corner on like the left wall, this is on the back corner by the right wall. But in turning around, Hazel, Wyatt, and Penny, you of course notice this, that there is the sawdust has been moved, and the top of the tray is not where it was before, and there's a little trail of purple blood that leads out back and sort of around and out the door, the same door that Charlotte walked in from.
Oh, I make eyes with Penny and Wyatt, and I'm just like, yikes.
And that's why you always clean up sawdust immediately. You don't want anything getting in and scampering about.
And-
Yes. Very important.
Yes.
Ugh.
And Charlotte's
Nasty.
kind of clocking that they're acting weird finally and is like, wait, guys, I have a little sister. I know when someone's hiding something. What's up? Come on.
This
Shit,
wood
she's
is
asked us a direct
expired.
question. What do we do?
It's just
Oh, am I
That's,
allowed to do that? Should I
Charlotte,
not
totally,
let you-
Charlotte, no, you totally can. Charlotte, let's do a lead check for you.
Lead check for me. Okay.
Shit.
That's going to be your heart and your lead. So that would be, 7.
She's probably really good
Seven,
at that.
I think.
probably.
I think I am
She is
pretty good at
your
it.
captain.
I roll a 7. Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's taking a second. Okay. I'm scared. Did I get it? I got it.
Yes. Okay, so can you describe the sort of look on their faces and the way that they break and tell you what's going on? Just like the emotional moment.
Yeah, so I look at them all and they're all kind of looking at each other with a mix of trepidation and kind of nerves, and there's kind of an underlying like, do you think we can trust her, you know? And they all look at each other and then they look once at me, and Hazel like nods a little bit to show that she thinks that it's safe, and then they all kind of nod a little bit. And then they're all nodding for a while. And Charlotte's like, what's going on, guys? And
So we open up
Penny.
to Charlotte.
And
Yeah.
we open up, yeah. Let's open up to Charlotte.
I'm gonna call over to Jed and say, "Hey, Jed, could you I'll take care of the sawdust. Could you start getting that 2x4 ready, maybe in 4-foot lengths, and go with the black walnut. It's gonna be good for whatever she needs to build, just to get like the sound of like saw in the room so he doesn't hear, and like bring her in.
Yeah,
so she
sure.
can.
Why don't you roll an empathize check?
Ooh. Empathy. I hit a button that was wrong.
This is the empathy song.
No, that's a big nothing.
But no fail.
He looks at you. He looks at you and he's like, "You and I made a pinky promise, and I want to honor that pinky promise. And so the way that I can honor my pinky promise is if I hear the thing that you want to tell her, that you feel obligated that you now have to tell her, because for me to know about the first aid kit, you know about the sawdust, and you already know how I broke down the wood chopper. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Don't tell Daddy. Now I need collateral from you, so you got to tell me what's going on as well. I think I'm down. I'm here. I want to do a good first day, so I got to know everything that's coming in and out of the shop.
So we're just going full mutually assured destruction here.
Yeah,
works for me, Jed.
Absolutely.
So it all started when a guy started stabbing people at a movie theater, but it wasn't a guy, it was a girl, and also a guy who didn't have a face. And then we made a friend who was a spider with 6 legs and a big white skeleton, and then she ran off and disappeared. A building burned down to save the ghost of a little girl, and then a girl did magic and made worms that were also sharks. There was an underwater facility. There was a woman who got eaten by piranha, and then we went to a facility.
It's true.
Under a party house where we saw all the most horrible things in one building, where sacrifices needed to be made so the world didn't end. And now we're here. We stitched up our friend, and she seems to have escaped, but I bet we'll see that little scamp sometime soon. What did I miss?
Not much.
I'm going to say that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was riveted.
Yeah, you got everything except for the parts of there were a couple of fires that you missed out on that were
Those are important to
not
her.
my fault.
The fires, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Let me also be clear that my friend Penny can communicate with any animal, is best friends with a chicken named Charleston, and can also communicate with any fire. I've never seen a pyromancer in person. I thought they only existed in video games. I have been proven wrong.
Yes.
Jed leans over to talk to Penny and just says, "You're friends with Charleston too? She's a good woman."
A fellow Charleston friend. Yes. Charleston's hanging out. He started watching a lot of television and has just been really binging New Virgin River, and we just have him set up in a corner, and he's just
having
a great time.
That's great. And sorry, so y'all are saying that trail of purple blood that's now staining the floor that your daddy can't find out about, and went out that front door right there. That's blood from the creature that y'all found.
She has a name, but yes.
Yes.
Oh.
And Charlotte's trying to put this all together, and it's like, hold on, wait a second, creature? What are we talking about here? And she's kind of lost for words, and she looks at Penny, and she's like, Penny, can you explain? Am I allowed to ask that? No, I'm not allowed to ask that.
Yeah, you totally can. You can ask
totally
everyone. No rule.
I feel like I asked, everyone stops and looks at Dylan like she asked a question.
No, please ask all the questions.
Okay,
please ask all the questions. Penny just looks at Charlotte and is just like, okay, so do you remember on the human side of the cheerleading squad, not the mass side of the cheerleading squad, when somebody brought their emotional support peacock, and the peacock got hurt, but we were all like, wow, this peacock is really awesome, even though it tried to bite and scratch everybody in the face, and its name was Feathers, and Feathers was just like a really lovely addition, but Feathers got shot accidentally because it was hunting season, and we kind of live in a semi-rural area, or at least semi-rural adjacent. So we had to take out Buckshot from Feathers, and that was like a really fun time at cheerleading, because I was just like, oh my god, I'm like part of the team, I'm like taking out this thing, and like I also like made sutures and stuff like that. So anyways, what I'm saying is our friend is Feathers, and we need you and Jed to never talk about this with anybody, but not in a weird, creepy way. It's just in this is Slasher Town, and that's just what we do, because we're all together, right?
Right?
And Charlotte's like, yeah. Charlotte's like nodding her head and is like, I do anything for my sisters and brothers in Slasher Town, especially for you, Penny. I know you have a lot of potential, and I'll back you up no matter what, girl. And she like does a handstand and is like, meet me in the air, girl. Like, so that they could like high five their feet. and she's like literally in the air, like waiting for this feet high five, because she's under the impression that Penny can do tricks too. And she's just hanging there.
Penny just takes like a hand and like gently touches an ankle and is like, yep, exactly.
And Charlotte flips back up and is like, hell yes. Okay.
Yes.
We're a team.
I want to do a, just to see how that went. Can you do a comprehend check for me, Charlotte?
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait, I have to find the number. Sorry. Okay, 2 dice. I can do
that. Great! Ooh. Wow, y'all are rolling. You get the sense from her hand on your foot. You just get the sense that she really gets you, and that she might make just the best vice captain of this cheerleading team. And you just like know it, and you know that about all the death and all the things that have happened. So you know deep in your heart that when the time is right, you want to give that to her, and that's just something that you have in you, and this deep understanding. She is your sister now, you know. Anyway, what are we doing? Let's go to Hazel and Wyatt, because we've been in cheerleader land for a sec.
I've been just watching them, just impressed with their physical, just how adept they are at just falling into formation. And I just lean over to Wyatt. I'm like, wow, they're so limber and so supportive. Truly.
That's what we're all looking for in a friend. Meanwhile, Wyatt is struggling to hold some alcohol between his knees and pour it on his wounded hand, and just to clean it out a little bit before he grabs some gauze to make an impromptu sling and hand wrap.
I help him with that. I kind of look down. I'm like, right, friends, let's help. And let's actually help Wyatt out with his harm.
Yeah, y'all have been rolling so well. I'm just going to give you a little bonus. I think you do help Wyatt with his arm. You find that it doesn't need the sling so much as it needs like the ace bandage that's in the wrap to just hold it in place. And you put a bandage around your hand, and I'll say your stats, the stats that were weakening you are now reversed. You still aren't at full capacity, but your stats are back to normal. And then Jed says, hey, like, I'm no expert in spider hunting or nothing, but I am aware that we've been talking here doing handstand stuff and flip-flop and helping each other out for the last 5 minutes, and spiders, they got 6 of them legs and we only got 2, and they're pretty fast. So I think we should probably follow that trail of blood, yeah?
Spiders have like 8 legs.
Well, this one you said has 6.
Specifically, Naomi has 6. That is true. Thank you for paying attention, Jed. Thank you for making me feel heard.
You're welcome. Thanks.
So, Jed, who's going to watch the store if you leave?
I'm going to lock it. I'm coming with you. It's my first day alone on this job. I can do whatever I want. I'm coming with you, and I'm locking it.
All right. Let's go.
I'm not going to fight you on that one.
Our friend.
Let's take Jed.
Hey, Jed,
do you want to?
Yeah, Jed, do you want a chorizo sausage? And she just holds out a friendly sausage.
Pocket sausage.
He takes a big bite. he takes a big bite and then he hands it to Charlotte, and he's like, "Now we're all family."
And Charlotte takes it and is like, I never thought I'd do this, and takes like just a huge bite and like is kind of choking a little bit, and everyone's like, no, don't do this, please. And she takes it out and it's just like, just kidding, I'm fun.
Oh man, we all take our bites of sausage because I'm sure we're starving. And then I guess we'll follow the trail of blood.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So are we opening the door where the trail of blood slid underneath?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Who's opening the door?
I will.
I am.
Oh, Penny will.
Ooh.
Oh, Hazel will.
Nope,
Oh.
Penny will. It's Penny.
Wyatt
Open the
does
door,
it in
Penny.
the confusion.
Yeah, there we go.
No,
they're
Wyatt-
fighting about who should go first, and Wyatt just does it.
No,
and when Wyatt,
just a
when
Canadian
Wyatt
argument.
Flash it down is
I'm like,
canonically
Wyatt,
in
your
Canada.
arm.
Just
Jeez.
kidding. The door swings
I open it with my
open.
face.
You open the door with your face. There we go. Door open with face, and instead of like a landing or like steps up, there is just it's about 7 feet wide, perfect hole in the ground that plummets straight down. And you see that the blood it like drips down into the hole. And I think instantly it becomes clear to you that Naomi, wherever she went, was into this hole. And next to where Naomi, presumably where the blood goes down, there is a tiny like rope ladder that leads all the way down. You have no idea how far down it goes though, but it does go out of sight.
She went down there?
Oh no.
Oh, it's way too
her-
dark.
I know, you can't be stretching and stuff with the wounds, although maybe an exoskeleton is kind of different. I don't really understand spider physiology.
I'm sure
Someplace
as long as she doesn't bump it up,
dark and
she'll be
safe.
fine. Someplace dark and
Yeah.
safe. Maybe. That's good spider instinct. Do we really have to follow? Maybe she'll come back up. I don't really like the dark.
Charlotte all this time is kind of looking at them like, why are we talking about this gigantic hole that came out of nowhere with such like composure? And it's like, guys, where did this hole come from? Why are we like talking about it like we are gonna go down there?
Oh yeah, you got to put
mean-
those questions immediately to the back of your mind.
Yes.
If you're gonna drive yourself nuts.
Yeah,
like,
just
why did that shark have worm body? Like, why did this little girl have superpowers? Why did that guy have no face? Stuff is gonna happen to you now that you're friends with us, and you just gotta roll with it.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
in advance.
and and if you see Tom Cruise, tell him we have not forgiven him. Anyways, Penny takes out a flashlight and just like takes it down and like shines a light down there and is like, guys, I think we have to go.
Let's go. Do we have any tethers? Is there a way to tether anything? Because I'm worried about Wyatt's arm. We should do this
You're-
Oh
right.
yeah, we got more gauze. We could
Yeah.
just make a gauze.
You're at it.
rope.
Y'all, we are at a construction zone, so maybe before
Yeah,
we go
exactly.
into that ding dang hole, before we go down into that ding dang hole, do you all want me to grab anything before you? I think somebody should keep an eye on the hole. I don't like leaving the holes unchecked. Oh gosh. I
You don't want to uncheck the hole?
Always
mean it
check
like
the
that. Oh,
holes.
okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so
No
sorry.
supervised holes here.
Hey, listen, don't tell your daddy I said that. Don't tell your daddy I said that. I don't know.
We're not telling him anything about anything that happened tonight.
Great,
This
okay,
is
good.
really.
I'm glad.
You just gotta refrain from saying things like that with high schoolers. It's making me very
I'm
uncomfortable.
You're in high
Yeah, I don't like the word daddy and hole in this close of proximity. Like, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
Jed throws up into the hole. He immediately just starts throwing up in his own disgust.
I
But it
listened for the
gives you-
splatter at the bottom.
Oh, that's great. That is great. you hear a delicate splat at the bottom. You hear the splat, but it just sounds sort of like the equivalent of like a little. He threw up a lot, and it just sounds like a little splash of water, like.
Okay, that is far.
It's
Oh
far.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
No, I know,
far
but why?
down.
Yeah, why it wouldn't? do that?
Okay.
Oh.
The Wyatts are. God, you guys throw up so quickly. Like as a family, you guys gotta get that checked out. B, yes, with the rope. C, can we like staple gun and suture up your wounds so that way it's not bleeding everywhere as much, or are we keeping that open?
No. We're good.
Yeah, I think we're
I think
good
it's
on the wound.
okay.
Yeah, we're good on the wound.
Okay.
Charlotte is
that
like.
said, okay.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Charlotte says to Jed, like maybe, in terms of if we're gonna go down here, I feel like we need some gear, and it always helps me to kind of like get into character. Do you have any like construction outfits and maybe some like hard hats with lights, and we could all kind of, just all have a uniform to go descend into the hole together with?
He's like, you want a whole uniform? You want a whole uniform? Yeah, I got it. And he scurries inside, and he returns with 5 hard hats, one for each of you, with a little light on each hard hat, a little like holographic vest, and yeah, and that's and like a like handsaw. Does anybody want this here hand wood chopper? Who wants the hand wood chopper?
Yeah, can I make just an adjustment rather than a handsaw? Can it be a box cutter?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and then when he brings that, I like reach out for it and then immediately hand it to Penny.
Great. Yeah. So Penny, you've got a little box cutter with you.
Absolutely.
Excellent. I love it when people hand me weapons of mass construction.
Wow.
Mass
My God.
construction.
That ruined
It
my
was so
camera.
good. You broke Dylan's camera.
I know. What happened
I
with
know.
Dylan?
How did you do that? That was a little too powerful.
You kicked him
do
out
that?
of the game.
You know,
Oh
I'm
my
here. Can y'all
God.
hear me?
You
Dylan,
really
are you
bricked
there? We can hear
his
you.
whole setup. That's wild.
You overheated his computer.
Wow.
You really
I'm
did
that good, y'all.
That was amazing. Oh man. Well, while we get it all together, we're just gonna I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy notebook, make sure we have all of the supplies that we need. Hard hats, lights on those hard hats, tethers, more puns, of course, to further disrupt our night. It's gonna be great. What else do we need? Snacks. Oh my gosh, what kind of snacks do y'all want? Can y'all guys give me your favorite snacks? Charlotte, do you like snacks?
Oh, I love snacks. I love nuts. I love carrot sticks, but I'm not allowed to eat them anymore because they turn my hands orange. And
I think those were Cheetos.
I love
Yes.
no.
Those are
I
Cheetos.
think those were
No, they
just
weren't.
a puffy cheese treat.
No.
Just
No, they
straight
weren't.
Cheetos.
I promise you this. My parents say to me, it's because you ate carrots your entire life. Your hands are going to be orange forever.
You must have had a wonderful keratin overload. Well, okay, I'll get to y'all
Yeah.
snacks, but we're going to go ahead and go to a quick break, and we'll see you guys in just a bit. Bye, guys.
Sound stirs things up. You can use rattles, you can use maracas, you can clap your hands. I also too really encourage people to laugh audibly.
Why are you not shooting? What are you doing? What? Are
also like the idea that these mummies are kind of popping up like, you know, Night of the Living Dead style, like traditional zombies. Also, though, the hand kind of reaching out from the ground is such an iconic 1950s kind of like B-movie image. So again, throwing back to the old school, the Universal monsters, and so on.
Two trulies in a sentence is queer. Truly, truly makes the sentence queer. There are straight sentences, there are queer sentences, and there's everything in between. They touch, they smile, they hear each other. I'm here for it.
Charm them, schmooze them, give them... Wait, were you gonna say something?
Say no more. I'm your god.
And just like that, Charm agrees to do the bidding of Night with very little protest.
It's so good to see you guys.
It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's amazing.
I freaking love that Steven Spielberg was nominated for Close Encounters, and I don't even like Close Encounters, but guess what? He should have been. He should have been nominated for Close Encounters. Should have been nominated for Jaws, too, which came out 3 years earlier. Nominated for Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know what? Yes. Yes, Academy. Yes. Let's...
Great. We're staring over the cavern. We've got our little snacky doodles all happening. Right, we got what was the snack that we wound up with?
So apparently Charlotte's just not allowed to eat carrot sticks, but we're convinced that they're puffy Cheetos. So I just stuff a little carrots in there. Also, I know that Wyatt loves Twinkies, so I'll throw a few Twinkies in there. And I'll ask him if he has any other like candies that he wants. Penny, is there a snack you want in here?
Mhm.
What would you like?
I think I'm good because and she holds up the giant jamon. I'm still working on my ham.
Oh, I'm shocked
Spanish
you're
ham.
not finished yet. I actually thought you would have cleared that by now. Okay, all right, perfect.
Penny takes out the army knife and just like slices off a piece. It's like ham. Anybody?
I take it.
No.
Always.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll take it
taking
too. Just to be a part of it, we're all grabbing ham.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Jed
Yeah.
also grabs ham, and he's like, "I've been a vegetarian for 20 years, but," and then he just takes a big bite, and he's like, "Ham," and then he throws up again. No, it's a whole, and you hear a little plop.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like 20 years. That's a lot.
Hey,
to
big
just
things
throw
are
away
changing.
right now.
Yeah.
Big things are changing.
Wow.
Should
All
we?
right, Pin.
So now that we've got our snacks, we've got the hard hats, we got the vests, we got the we're looking into this hole. We got the snacks. Should we go on down?
Yes, let's.
Great.
Let's start.
yeah.
Let's pick our order. Probably should let if one of us falls, we want them to be light. So we should, and I'm not trying to point any fingers, but we should let the biggest go first. So I look straight at Jed. I'm like, please, after you.
All right. Okay. Jed puts one hand on the rope and he's like, "Ooh, sturdy." On the rope ladder, and then he just climbs down the rope ladder, and you can just see that he's just like, "I'm having the best first day at my job. It's the first best day alone." It's his own song that he sings, and then he reaches the bottom and he shouts up to you and he's like, "All right, y'all, it's actually real pretty down here."
All right, and then I file.
That pretty, it's so pretty.
I file Wyatt, then I'll follow right after Wyatt, and then Charlotte, and then Penny should all go in that order.
Great.
So even if we all go together or separately, that's just how I think we should go.
Yeah, y'all make it down. Y'all make it down the ladder. I think as you're going down this rope ladder, just in a circle, we'll start with Wyatt. Like, you each like a little hope of what you might find in this cave comes to your mind. And Wyatt, what's your hope?
I hope that we find a big, beautiful web that Naomi has spun for herself, like dangling up in a high corner of the caverns. Maybe some water or dew trickling on it, catching some light reflecting from somewhere, looking like a beautiful, prismatic piece of art.
And Penny, what's your hope?
Ham. She hopes to find more ham because she had shared a lot of her jamon and is quickly running low on ham.
Jamon, my little Latin heart dying. Hamon. And then Hazel.
Come on.
It's like when you
Come
say, "Me nombre es," you know. That's just how it be.
And Hazel, what's your wish?
While I'm hoping that we finally, to solve the mystery that is Naomi, I am secretly hoping that we find some undiscovered species of ants that not only farm, but harvest the power of sunlight and have created this new civilization under Slasher Town that I can document and maybe call CBS and make my own ant documentary. And it goes on and on.
And Charlotte, what are we hoping for?
Charlotte's hoping for like an Atlantis situation, that like her entire life under Slasher Town, there's been like a age-old civilization that is finally being discovered, and they can like go and maybe live there and like have this whole new adventure.
So
in the new civilization.
I just screamed that like Hazel like senses this random kindredness from Charlotte. and this and it's just like we're gonna discover something down here, something big, something that we can call home. That's just what goes through my mind.
This is our like most like guest character to ever come in.
Most what?
Most liked.
Truly.
Oh, really?
Everybody's empathizing with Charlotte. So y'all make it down in an order. You make it down into the base of this cave. You all jump off of the rope and you find sturdy rock, and it's this large, beautiful, open cavern, and it's lit from above from the light coming in front of the Wyatt Construction Company. Water cascades behind the rope ladder, just like rock water, not like a waterfall or anything special, just like a little water coming down, causing like a little pool behind you, a little puddle. Moss creeps in from the top but disappears as the dome-shaped rock walls of the cavern meet the rocky floor. There doesn't seem to be any massive cave openings or pathways to walk through, but there is a little hole on the other end of the cave, a tiny hole enough to squeeze a little body through. And you can see from where you are, because the blood is so glistening purple, you see a little trail of blood up and into that little hole.
Okay, do we think we can all fit? Jed, are you good?
And Charlotte's like, I can teach Jed how to make his body so thin. He just has to kind of twist this way and twist that way. And Charlotte like grabs Jed and helps him twist to like a corkscrew shape.
Oh, you're just helping him find
like,
the angles?
I'm just helping him find the angles so that his body can like twerk enough into this like corkscrew-esque shape. So he can fit through.
They're practicing. Who's going through the hole? Are you going immediately through the hole? Or are you looking around the cave? What charge are we leading?
Hazel would definitely look around first.
Great. Let's do.
I think Penny would join Hazel for that. Yeah.
Great. Let's have you both do a. We'll do. Which one of you has the higher investigation?
That's a good question. I have 5 base. That's it.
I have 3 base and 0 extra, so I think you got this.
So
Okay.
let's do a +1 since y'all are working together. I'll give you, Hazel, a +1 investigation check.
Got it. Yes, 3 6s and 3 5s.
Wow.
It's a great roll.
Yes, very good. That's
Hell
amazing.
yeah.
Okay, you're gonna. I had it planned what you could find, but because it's on you, you're gonna find some piece of mountain climbing gear. What do you find?
The oh man, it's like a hook that you use to climb up, like it anchors you in. And I also want that to double as like a weapon. I don't remember
Great.
what it's called, but
like a pickaxe, essentially.
yeah, exactly. Something like that. Let me look
A
it up.
pickaxe,
Found the
but like
word.
a climbing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
called a climbing axe.
Yeah,
Let's
that's a
call
good
it a
question.
climbing axe.
Yes, a climbing axe. It's
Great.
literally a climbing
Yeah.
axe. Yeah.
You find a climbing axe, and what do you do when you find it?
I'll rip it out of the wall and I'll say, I wonder who's been down here. People have been. Has this hole always been here? Is it old or is it new?
And Charlotte jumps on this and is like, oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Oh, no. Charlotte jumps in it and is like, let me take a look. And Charlotte's like a big history buff in addition, Tolstoy and all that. And she's like, this axe or this pickaxe, I don't know. It looks like it has markings on it.
It is indeed. It's a little scratched, and there's a little name on it. It just says Rebecca. It's in Sharpie, actually. The markings are Sharpie on the handle that says Rebecca.
It just says Rebecca.
Yeah, and Charlotte realizes that she's like, oh wait, this is just Sharpie. Someone wrote Rebecca. And everyone's like, okay.
It's probably
Do we know
Rebecca.
Who?
If I had to
Thanks, Wyatt. Thank you.
Or like Rebecca's mom, because sometimes my mom puts my name on stuff so that I don't lose it. Or if somebody else picks it up, they're like, oh, I need to give this back to Wyatt.
It's a very foolproof method, actually. My mom does that as well. I'll hold on to it.
We have that in common.
We do. Angel. Angel, that's a great question. Dylan, you'll have to answer that one after the stream.
Yeah.
But I'll hold on to this this pickaxe. And is there anything else that I notice?
No, there's nothing else. The only thing that becomes instantly clear to all of y'all is that the only way deeper into this cave that you are now in is through the hole that Naomi presumably crawled through with the blood.
All right. No, peculiar ant species yet. Let's go. Jed? You're up.
Wait, you want me to go first? Okay. Okay, I'll go first.
If you don't go
and
first, you'll get stuck and we can't pull you out.
Okay. Jed climbs in, and he immediately he climbs in. His little feet are there, but not his butt, but like his his lower back is still sticking out. And he's like, okay, there's a part here that's a little tight of a squeeze. I need a push from behind. Will anybody push me?
Do you see the
Yes.
end?
Penny will push you.
I don't quite see an end. I do see like a little bit of light. There's like a little bit of like a green light coming from the end. If I could just get a little push.
Penny gives a kick right in the hiney.
Great. That's a force check.
Do it.
And that's a force check, absolutely. That's 6 die. Oh,
Ooh.
wow. 2 1s, no 6s. This is bullshit.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's just Jed. It's just
We
Jed.
hardly knew you, Jed.
You kick him. You kick him, and you stub your toe because he's got like he's actually pretty strong. He's got like solid rock. He feels like solid rock on his back, and he's like,
Buns of
"Ow!"
steel, one might say.
Yeah. He's like, "Ow! Who pinched me?" And then he worms his way out, and he's like, I think somebody else needs to go first.
Okay. And Wyatt will dive in.
Great. Let's do a move check for you.
Okay. Deep breath. And slide.
Yes. All right. You know what to do. Describe how you get through.
So as he scooches back and says somebody else needs to go, Wyatt doesn't wait for anybody to ask if someone else wants to. He just slides forward, kind of sets himself up to attempt to stop himself from sliding too aggressively, and like starting to walk himself down, but his foot slips and his head smashes into the side, and then it goes down a little bit before he gets back down to the center, and it's like being on the water slide again, but he's got like a little bit of blood trickling off of the side of his face as he slides down into the green light.
Only Wyatt can make a success have like a little failure in it, and you slide right into the green light. It becomes clear to you that green light is from like a little neon tube, it's a hiking tool, the neon sort of thing that they use to light up big spaces. So this entire cavern is lit up green, neon green. It looks exactly like this the last cavern as far as rock and what like this the rock didn't change, the cave vibe didn't change at all, but there's two tunnels that you can walk down. They're human sized, big enough for you to walk down, one to the right, one to the left. The light doesn't reach into the tunnels. There's darkness on both ends, and that's where you wind up.
Hey guys, and then I like hear my voice echo a little bit and go, hey guys, I think somebody was having a really small party down here. Because there's like a glow stick?
They might have been lighting the way. Let's move forward,
smart.
everybody. Let's go.
Yeah,
And
Penny dives into the hole as well.
I
Yeah,
carefully slide down if I can.
Yeah. Y'all, nobody rolls. Jed goes last. Somehow you've managed to clear the way for him. And as y'all each step into the cave, Jed starts stepping out, and he's like, "Oh God, I thought I was all the way through, but my foot is stuck. My foot is," and he yanks his foot out of the little the hole. And as he does, you just hear as all of the rocks slide in that little hole, successfully closing it. There is no way out from this. The only way out is through these two tunnels that y'all are seeing in front of you now.
Jed, you might be feeling a wave of responsibility for what just happened, but know that could have happened to any of us, and it just unfortunately happened to you. So if you feel any sort of like stigma coming from us, that's just us working through our own frustration, and it's not on you, bud, okay?
That's a lead check.
Raw heart.
I wish I could help you with that.
Medium nothing. This man will never listen to me in his whole life.
You have a you have a reroll if you want.
I do. I'm not gonna waste it on this guy. Let him feel shitty.
Not on
Jed immediately is just like, I'm a failure. Mama always told me I was a failure. Daddy always told me I was a failure. Your daddy said I better not fail. I better not fail. And he is now just absolutely crying, and tears are flowing down. And he's picking himself up. He's like, all right, we gotta get through this here Dunder cave. This is the last thing I do.
And Charlotte is like, looks at Penny and is like, this is our chance. We trained for this. And she's like, come on, get into formation. And Charlotte and Penny do a little cheer for Jed to like make him feel better. And it goes something like this. The rocks are okay. You did fine, and we're gonna make it out alive. And everyone joins in like they are. And then I do a backflip.
Oh.
Let's do an empathize check, but we'll do +2 for the cheer.
Okay, great.
So 2 additional die for you.
Okay, great. So that's 7. Great, thank you. All right. Ooh.
I want to
That's not good.
I want to cry.
Oh, wow.
Do you have anything? Nope. Jed cries harder. And he's like, I can see right through this. And he's like, I'm not going first for anything anymore. I won't be the first person through any of it. I'm gonna stay behind, make sure I'm gonna take the caboose, make sure everybody's going good. That's all.
Oh,
Wyatt will
there,
quietly whisper to
Jed.
Hazel,
Yes.
but the back is where he screwed up. He didn't screw up in the front. He blew it in the back.
Okay, he hears that. And he's like, okay, fine. I'll start going first.
Thank you,
Fine.
Jed.
I just feel like there's no winning.
There's just
No.
no.
Great.
No,
Excellent.
you've rolled him into, he never will feel like he ever won anything ever again. So what of these tunnels are we gonna go down?
Most humans don't pick left, so if we want to avoid any human contact, we should go left. But the right may have more interesting things. It's left and right, right? I didn't mix that up. Are we going left and right? Is that our choice? Oh, mighty DM. Okay, perfect. So, what do y'all prefer? You want to go left? Do more recon? Or right? Run into everything.
Well, the word spider has SPIDER 6 letters, and the word right has RIGHT 5 letters, so it's closer to spider. So I say we go with the right.
Okay. Maybe
I
with
support
this,
Penny.
maybe with this tunnel system, they'll eventually just meet back together. You guys are very able. Would you like to take Jed with you, or should we take Jed? We could just split.
Let's do a rock, paper, scissors, and whoever loses
I'm
takes
not
10.
100% sure. I'm not 100% sure that splitting up in a dark cave where we ain't know what's in front of us and we ain't know what's behind us, that sounds like a surefire way for things to go just deep south. It's deeper south than where my mom and daddy from.
Okay.
So do we go on 3, or is it like a shoot situation? Whoever loses takes that one.
I think he's saying that we should all go together, right?
You don't have to listen to me. I mean, I am just a worthless hunk of junk. So you do not have to listen to me.
Jed, don't make me do the cheer again, Jed.
Oh, no, please,
no,
please
no.
not that.
Don't make me do the cheer again. I'll do it. Okay.
I thought it was a very good cheer. But
Thank you, Hazel.
we don't have to split. We could go right or split. What do y'all think?
I think whatever we do, we got to do it fast if we want to catch up with Naomi.
Where does the blood go? That's a great question. It's a great observation. Do we see any blood on the ground?
Now that y'all are looking for it, you do. You see blood that goes right to the right.
Let's go to the right.
Blood to the right.
Thank you, Wyatt. That very
Wyatt.
important observation completely missed my notes. Let's go to the right, everybody.
No, you did it. I was just here.
Oh, man. You have to take more credit, okay? I want that.
I refuse. I'll start walking towards the right.
Celebrate your victory. I start chastising one. Celebrate your victories. You do great things, and we'll just walk to the right.
Y'all walk to the right, and when you get to the edge, and it's dark. It is just absolutely pitch black. It is completely dark. Nothing is lighting your way except these headlamps, and the headlamps illuminate a steep cavern, a drop that is at least 60. Your lights don't reach the bottom of how deep this drop is, and it does light a rope bridge as well. As you're moving and bobbling, so a rope bridge that you can see to the other side. It's about 25 feet across, so too far to jump. But there is this sort of rickety-looking rope bridge that connects to the other side.
Ugh, bridges. Okay, Jed, maybe you should go. You should go last this time.
Wait,
Who?
we just said that he should never go last.
But
should
it's
go
a
I
bridge.
last or am I first? I don't know. I don't know nothing.
But this is a
Jed?
bridge. It's a bridge. Like, we should.
What if we go in the middle?
So
He
wait,
goes in the middle.
he'll go. So we'll just okay. Charlotte, you
No,
know
what
more
were-
about
no,
physics.
Hazel.
Yes.
No, I don't. I don't. No,
If you think we should protect Jed in the middle, I think that's also a valid choice. But it's a rickety bridge is it over a cavern?
It's not that rickety. Wyatt is like testing it.
The bridge very loudly goes.
I think its name is Rick. It's like a Pokemon. It can only say its own name.
Rick. Oh, this is great. We are well supplied for this trip, so we have flashlights. Wait, we don't have lights on our helmets?
No, we do. This is great. And I was just like, this is not great.
No, we're well stocked for our trip. This is absolutely not great.
So who's going first? Is it going to be me?
I go
Wyatt's
first.
already on the bridge.
I go right after Wyatt. I am trying to just stay ahead of Jed.
Wyatt and Hazel, y'all cross the bridge. It ricks a lot. It ricks and it reeks. This rickety bridge. And then Jed is like, you two cheerleaders should be together no matter what. I gotta make sure that my boss, my daddy, he gets confused about the relationship and he's like, I gotta make sure that his daddy knows that I protected that daddy's son. And he steps across the bridge, and he's about halfway through, and then you hear it go, and it snaps from the side that you were walking on. Jed absolutely freaks out. He grabs onto a slat as the bridge slams into the wall on the side that Wyatt and Hazel were on. And he's just like, he's now probably like 15 feet below you, and he's like, oh God, somebody help! Somebody help! And Wyatt and Penny, you see the ropes on your side with the pressure of just him hanging on it now and it not being between four. The ropes, the way that they were nailed in, it's starting to like fray out. It's you don't got long to rescue him should you choose. What do we do?
Should we choose? Okay. Yeah, we look down at him and we say no, and walk away. No, of course we gotta help him.
Yes.
Help! Somebody help me!
Okay.
This is the worst day of my life.
Okay.
No, this is the best day. This is the day you triumph over gravity.
Yeah, Charlotte and Penny are on the other side where that rope bridge was. So the rope bridge
and then,
is now gone. And Hazel and Wyatt are on the other side, and the ladder has snapped on your side, so now he's suspended on Hazel and Wyatt's side, holding onto the slats.
Yeah, gotcha.
Got it.
Help! Somebody help me!
So we should.
You can do this. You try to climb on up, and if you don't, Charlotte's gonna do another cheer. So let that guide you.
Hazel goes
I was
into
just
her.
gonna say we should do a cheer.
Oh, great. While they're cheering, I go into my backpack and pull out the ropes that we definitely packed because we knew somebody may have fallen. So I get a piton, I tie it on, I hammer it into the ground, and I throw it to Jed, if this is allowed.
The ropes.
And
that
in the
you
background, you just
hear us.
sorry. In the
rope-
background, you just hear.
Yeah, I
What
hear
do we
y'all
hear?
cheering.
What do we hear? What do we hear?
You're just hearing me kind of like we're just like quietly cheering, kind of like, you got it, go team, save Jed, you got it. I love Jed and he's my queen. Let's save Jed. Okay.
Yes. And while that's happening, Hazel, I don't remember y'all taking ropes when you said you were going.
I assumed that we were well prepared for a descent expedition, and any standard descent would add separate tethers, and along with it, with the vests that we brought, along with the pitons to secure in the wall. We were full excavation fit. Like we did a whole outfit change. So if I could
If
argue
ropes
that,
don't feel appropriate, I would say ratchet straps are aplenty in a wood shop.
yes,
That's great. I'll give you
Perfect.
ratchet straps.
no idea how those work. I turn to Wyatt. I say, Wyatt, how do I? I've got all these ratchet straps. What do I do? How do I use these?
In this instance, we're just going to put it right around this post and then let that other end go down, almost like a rope.
Okay. I start following Wyatt's instructions if I can, and I start putting it down like a rope.
Great. Let's do a. What would that be for you? I guess that would be a tinker. Let's do a tinker check +1 for the ropes.
Awesome.
Hazel.
All right. Let's hope we don't murder Jed. Awesome. I got a 6.
Okay, describe how you get him up.
Oh, so Wyatt is like standing over me, all worried, like, okay, you gotta tie it right. No, not that way. It's gotta slip through the snake and around the bend and through the woods and right back around again. And I'm like, okay, geez, I'm just figuring it out. And I finally tie it, and I just toss the rope down with my full strength, hitting Jed in the face, but not too forcefully, just enough to startle him so he knows the rope is there.
Great.
Grab on, Jed.
If I grab on, I gotta let go of the slats, and then the one half snaps off of the rope thing, and he's like, oh shit, and he grabs onto the rope and he's holding it, and I'll give you, y'all hoist him up. You hoist him up. He lands and he's like, oh, God, that was so scary. Man, I am scared.
I've been scared since we've entered this tunnel, so welcome to the club.
And he's like, thank y'all for saving me.
No problem, Jed. It's just what we do. Pretty sure it's company policy, right, Wyatt?
Yep, if you're in our company, we try to save you.
And then
yeah.
Jed turns to the others and he's like, cheerleaders across the cavern. Cheerleaders across the cavern. How are y'all?
And they're still cheering. They're like, Jed, he's our man. If Hazel can't save him, nobody can. And other such great cheers.
And Charlotte is like, hoist me up. And she's like in a split, like trying to get Penny to kind of lift her, but it's not going so great. Then they realize what's happening and are like, you made it! Okay. And we are excited.
Yeah.
And then Jed, in the energy of that, he's just like, great. And then he turns to you, Hazel, and he's like, what was that you were saying earlier about cave systems maybe looping around when we were thinking whether we could split or not?
All we can hope for is that whatever direction they go in from here, it'll eventually meet up. Most cave systems move in one direction, like the band. And hopefully there's an exit on their side. It is very well known that One Direction actually has formed many cave inns, so be careful playing their music in caves. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So y'all run on ahead. I'm gonna be with my daddy's kid. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be with my boss kid. Your daddy. I'm with your daddy's kid. That's you.
I have
And
so many questions that I don't want the answer to about that relationship.
Absolutely not. So it looks like it was decided for us. We'll just take Jed. You guys should probably head to the other cave entrance, and hopefully y'all can meet us on the other side. If they hear me.
Okay. We're just gonna leave you with this one last cheer to help everybody. And Penny gets ready and is like, cosine secant tangent sine 3.14159 square root of I something pi rock'em sock'em. We're not gonna die.
Yeah.
And then she goes out.
This leaves a tear in my eye.
And Charlotte looks at her and was like, "That was really good."
Thank you. I've been working on that for a while on the math side of the cheerleading squad.
And we're gonna follow Penny and Charlotte for a sec. So y'all walk back through the dark cave, back into the green light, and are you just walking straight through to the second tunnel? The other tunnel?
Yeah.
Or are you walking?
Let's walk straight to the other tunnel.
You get to the other tunnel, and this one also has a little green light way at the end. And you just walk through that little tunnel to the end of the room. And in that tunnel, the rocks here are actually flattered. It's illuminated by a green light that you see is coming out of a backpack that is resting against the wall. And the green light is illuminating around it. What you can see on these flat rocks are a bunch of like cave drawings. They're like cave paintings. Penny, what's the first painting that you see of the cave paintings?
It is a stick figure, and it is holding a sausage above its head.
Amazing. And what cave painting do you see, Charlotte?
I see like a trampoline cave. It's like a trampoline, and someone's kind of flying through the air in bliss.
I love
the
that.
body.
And then the third cave painting you see is a painting of the cave of like a mountain of the cave that you're in, and there's a little hole, presumably the one that you came through, and next to it there's like a little Wilder Construction Co. sketch. And then the thing that you see the most striking in this painting, though, is that there's another hole opposite that cave, opposite that opening in that mountain, and it just becomes clear to you both that there is another exit to get out of this place.
Charlotte, I think this is a map.
A map?
If we go, yeah, we're gonna go here, and we're gonna leave here, and then we're gonna get help, and hopefully the other two don't suffocate. 3. I think Jed's gonna die. I just assumed. Sorry.
Wait, no, we have to believe in Jed surviving. That's our job. Listen, Penny, I just want to tell you that I really have high hopes for you as a cheerleader. And I think you would be I know. I think you would be. Do you hear that music? I hear music. I just think you'd be a perfect second in command. But you're going to have to tell me you hope that Jed survives. That's the only thing. I ask for you to be my vice captain.
Oh, here's the thing. I'm not saying I don't think Jed's gonna survive because I'm mean. It's just the survival aspect of people around this group of friends is not very high, and so oh man, I just really want to. It's like I hear music too. It's just like like birds are singing, and it's like really happy, and it's just like hallelujah, and it's just I'm just having a moment right now. Like this is like everything I've ever wanted, and I just never thought it would be coming. And can I just get back to you on the if Jed's gonna die thing, and maybe we just focus on getting out of the tunnel?
Okay, take all the time you need. Just remember where your heart is. Let's get out of this tunnel. Okay, so go team! And then she's like, let's do the handstand thing again. And
Penny attempts it and falls.
Great, amazing. So next to where the cave paintings end, you see that the wall curves a little bit, and there's still that backpack with the light shining out of the backpack that's illuminating this room. And like where the corner where it's laid, there's like behind the backpack on the other side, you see that the wall sort of curves around and deeper into the cave, into presumably this is like another tiny hallway that y'all can smush through.
okay.
Okay, Penny's gonna take her her flashlight on her keychain and is just gonna like click the little light and be like, "Let's go! Cheerleading squad, possibly to vice lead." Okay, and she goes through.
Great.
And Charlotte follows right behind her.
Great.
Yeah, I go too.
Yeah. You follow behind her into this little cavern with your flashlights. Leaving the backpack behind you as you go deeper into this cavern, into
we should have taken that backpack
into a dark room, and you step into this dark room, and you shine your light in, Penny, because you're the one that goes in first. You shine your light through, and immediately as you shine your light through, you see that there are these series of like stones that have been flattened on the top, almost as if they've been sawed off. And they're sort of like mishmashed around. There's like 5 on each side of these flattened stones. They almost look like a rocky bed. And the reason why a rocky bed becomes clear to you is because curled up on each of those stones are these humanoid-looking people. They're scrunched up like in a little ball. Their skin is just completely like placid white. Shining a flashlight on it looks like it's the first light that's ever touched that skin ever. And on there, we're gonna turn to Wyatt, Hazel, and Jed. So Wyatt, Hazel, and Jed, you are still at the landing of this bridge as your friends have disappeared off into the darkness. And what do you do?
I was going to try to give them a word of encouragement, but after that cheer, I feel like you just got to let them go out on that one. That was so good.
It was very good. I really just feel mentally invigorated when I hear sine, cosine, and tangent. It's really nice. And I look at Jed. I set eyes on Jed, and I say, okay, we're going to go. I need you to stick close. Okay?
Stick close? Yeah, I can stick close. I can stick close.
All right. I need to answer faster next time. All right, Wyatt, let's go.
You know, sometimes it takes it takes more than a second for a message to get from, you know, your lips to his brain. He's a good guy. And then I'll, as we're walking, I want to just say, so why are you so into bugs? I mean, what generated your interest in ants? You mentioned it when we came in that there wasn't like a sign of an ancient ant colony or something. So what's that about?
So, I'm really glad that you asked. I usually have to hold all of this in, but ants are just the perfect civilization. They work together all the time for one greater purpose: survival. And honestly, their their capabilities physically are pretty impressive. They can lift quite a lot of weight. And did you know that a lot of ants, most of their species, are primarily female? So it doesn't cause any confusion. It all sticks to one set purpose. And, you know, you don't really have a lot of men to ruin everything in the process. But they have a very important
Totally.
purpose.
Men are the worst.
Oh, yes, most of the time. But, and ants, they just seem to have it all together. And every new thing is so cool. Let me tell you about the super colonies sometimes. Truly, this world is run by ants.
You two lovebirds down there talking about bugs and about ants. It's making me think about my aunt Virginia, who she just tells the funniest jokes. He's now like gingerly skipping sort of in front of you. He's like calling back to you because now he's just like I have friends. I just got saved. And as he's like, she tells me the funniest joke, like knock knock. And when he says knock knock, he slams into a wall at the end of this cavern. He's like, oh, but it's a ledge, so it just like hits him. It hits him like right here, and his nose just starts gushing blood. And he's like, oh dang! And he's walked right into a ledge that's about 5.5 feet up, or 5.5. I'm sorry, he's 5.5 feet, less than 5.5 feet tall. No, it's like almost at 6 feet tall. The ledge. So Jed's 6'2". He just smashes. I guess he smashes. It smashes his nose. The ledge is. Now I'm getting into the semantics of the ledge. The ledge is like 5'11", and Jed is like 6'2". So it smashes. It smashes like the bridge of his nose, and it's enough for him to start gushing blood. And he turns to you and he's like, "Oh, I think this is a dead end, but there's that ledge."
Okay.
Jed,
So it sounds like we gotta go up.
Sticking close. I give Jed a napkin and I check out this ledge as well. If it looks like we should just go straight up, then I'll start helping everybody up and making sure we have all of our gear as we go up and all of those things.
Who wants to go up first?
I sure. I'll go see what's up there.
Great. Wyatt, let's do another little move roll for you.
Okay, yeah, I'll just clamber up Jed.
Yeah, Jed bends down for you to step on him.
That's good.
Whoa! Enough. How do you do it? What do you do?
So I just kind of leap forward and grab a little outcropping on the wall, and then use Jed to push my leg off to get up to the actual lip of the ledge, and I'll pull myself up there, and then I'll step on his shoulder to push me up the rest of the way. And just when I make it to the top, I skin my knee.
Aw. You don't just skin your knee, but your arms come down on something that's kind of like crunchy. And as you hoist yourself up and you look down at your skinned knee, the light looks down at where you are, and it's just a lot of bones everywhere. This entire landing is dog bones, the skull of a wolf, the skull of a bear, moose bones, horse bones, just bones. But there is you also see like a little purple trail of blood on top of these bones.
I think Naomi moved through Bone Town wherever she's going.
Bone Town.
What does that mean? Sure. I can't see. I'm not. And Jed hoists himself up, and he's like, "Oh shit, bones." And Hazel,
like
are you coming up?
Yes, I'm sure Naomi had a bone to pick with something out here, and I'll climb up. And do I notice like why it's just getting more scraped up? I would like to intentionally notice. Why.
Can you do an investigation check for me?
Yes, I can absolutely do that. Let's see if I notice, or if I'm just oblivious. Oh, 2 6s.
Hey, you notice why? Yeah.
I think you'd notice that, like, after the injuries, there's like a smear of blood that he tried to like wipe it away quickly because he doesn't want people to worry.
So I don't even ask.
So he's got one on his face and like one on his knee that he's kind of holding.
I take out my antiseptic wipes, little package like you find in the first aid kit, rip it open, and I just dab his face. And I dab his knee and put a Band-Aid on for his knee. and I just
I love
give him a
that.
look, and I say we should find Naomi quick. Yeah, and then we'll keep walking.
Thank
Great.
you.
And also I'll give you, because you rolled 2 6s, on the ground when you're patching them up, Hazel, you see a little camcorder on the ground with the flap out and a little red record light.
I pick it up, and I look at it, see what the latest footage was, and I show it to everybody else.
The memory card is gone from the camcorder, but it is actively, like, it is sort of a viewfinder, and it is on night vision mode.
I look through it.
Great. You look through it, you go to your left, and you swing to your right. And when you swing to your right, about 2 feet in front of you, from the sound of the bones crunching, you see, staring straight at you, this white, like pasty pale, humanoid, semi-crunched over figure with claws and eyes that are whited over almost completely, a skull that is like way too big for a human skull, and like sharp little pincer teeth in its face, in its mouth, and it just looks at you and it goes, and when it does that, you see another one pop down just a little bit behind it from the camcorder.
Guys, we gotta run. I probably yell out at first, and I say, "There's something over there. There are these things over there." And is there a way out off of this way?
You did when you moved your camcorder around. You saw behind them an exit.
We've got a bunch of bones under
human
our feet. Those are weapons. I grab the 2 bones closest to my hands, and I fling it.
Before Wyatt even does that, I take the pickaxe off of my back and I give it to Wyatt.
Ooh!
I throw it.
You throw it.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm picking up bones. You hand it to me. I'm like, this is way better.
Amazing.
Okay, Wyatt. Let's do a. That would be a force check for you.
All right.
And we'll do +1 because you're throwing a pickaxe.
Okie dokie. Get out of here, spooky teeth mouth guys.
You're throwing it at the first one?
Yes.
Great. It's like, and what happens? Sorry, and what happens? That's what Great. What happens?
I think in the viewfinder, because I'm tossing blind. I don't know what happens. But Hazel can see that this thing clips him like right in his clavicle, and like splits it, and there's like a spurt of blood that goes up to the side, and just before he falls out of view of the viewfinder, a bone thunks him in the forehead and he falls out of view.
Love that. And he just goes, and as he does that, he reaches out, Hazel, and he smacks your camcorder out of your hand. And the camcorder goes and rolls at your feet, Wyatt, where it's looking at the other little angry pale thing that's now approaching.
There's more than
Hazel.
one.
And Jed's like, "Oh my god, I'm so scared! I'm so scared!"
Jed, pick up a bone or something. Come on.
Yeah, throw me a bone, man.
Jed, can you do Hazel? That's a lead check for you.
Got it. I'm on it. All right, let's see.
And you have some. You have some rerolls. We got some points to spend, y'all.
I do. I feel the insatiable need to hoard now because of the last session. Oh God! But if it goes poorly, yep, let's re-roll that. Why not? All right, let's do it. There's a 6. Boom.
There we go. You inspire him, and he's like, "I can do this." And he throws a bone at a skull. It's a skull that he's picked up, a bear skull that he is now chucking. It hits the pale guy in the chest, and he turns in the direction of Jed. It knocks him back slightly, but he springs forward and leaps into the air, a sort of insane, like crawlery amount, like a little demon thing. He leaps into the air, barreling toward Jed. Action's going to fall on Wyatt. Wyatt, what do? You see him from the camcorder jump out toward Jed.
I'm going to, as he is moving forward, I'm going to tackle into his leg, attempting to break his knee so that he cannot move as quickly after Jed, and we can like regroup, get the weapon, and take him out with it. So first things first, blow out that guy's knee.
Move check.
Okay. Is this just base move?
Yeah.
All right.
Base move because you scraped your knee. So I don't think
it totally makes sense. 100%. Totally fine. I'm going to use my add a die.
Great.
All
right, describe it.
I think that's 2 6s, which means I get 2 knees. So I run forward. I slip a little bit on the bones beneath my feet. So I have to like throw my shoulder into it. I hear a loud crunching thud as his ACL just snaps and wrenches his knee to the side. And my weight carries through to the next one, which hits a little bit of jagged piece of rock, which like cuts the knee open, severing the tendon, and then just leaves him clambering and screaming forward on his arms.
Great. He's scrambling, leaving.
But yeah. I'm mostly okay. I just take some bone to the face when I hit the ground, so I've got a couple of scratches.
I'm also going to say that your headlight flies off of your head. Your little lamp head flies off of your head, and it like scurries down, and it's like pointing directly at a wall now, only illuminating a wall. Hazel, this thing is screaming. It's like clawing towards Jed. Jed's freaking out. Jed's like, I don't know what to do. He takes off his headlamp. He like throws it toward this thing. It like crunches down. There's the one that's 2 feet in front of you with the pickaxe. The mountaineer axe in its neck. It's clearly dead. You knew that from when you still had light on. You're the only one with a headlamp on your head now.
So it's crawling towards Jed.
Yeah.
And I'm not far from the pickaxe. If I can just pull it out, and maybe I'll try to swing on the one crawling towards Jed, and if this doesn't work out, then oh well.
You have advantage, so let's have you do a force check, but +2. One for the pickaxe and one for he's weak and been beat.
Awesome. Okay, I'm rolling it. Oh, that worked! Oh, thank God!
Yes! All right, describe what you do.
I see Jed just crying, and I can just see like the defeat, and he just feels like he's been his own worst enemy this whole adventure. And hey, I might even agree, but I get to be a hero for a second, and I want to just take all the worry from Jed. I go and I pick up the pickaxe, rip it out of this thing's neck, and just in the same movement, just turn around and smash it through the other one's neck as well.
Yes.
And I just want the blood to splatter on Jed, and maybe he'll, snap out of whatever this hysteria is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The blood splatters on Jed, and he's like, oh, ugh. And as you do it with such force that your headlamp from your head also falls off and rolls and turns and faces a wall, and y'all are essentially plunged in darkness save for weird lights everywhere. And then Hazel, you're still holding that pickaxe, and then from behind you hear a soft crunch of bones. It is directly behind you. What do you want to do?
If I can like jump back or like away from it, that's what I'd like to do. Is there like a light? If so, my helmet, is there a way to like jump towards one of the helmets and angle the light towards it, or?
Yeah, that would be a move check. You wouldn't have advantage, but you could try to do it.
Oh God. I'll try. Why not? Ugh. Okay, no failures, but no success either.
No failure. You jump forward toward the light. You slip on a bone. You collide into Wyatt. Your pickaxe doesn't hit him, thank God. It lands on the ground, and it splatters. It splatters a skull, and you hear someone say, "Oh." The voice that stepped forward. You just hear it go, "Oh my God, you gotta be quieter than that. You must
Who
be
are
quieter
you?
And then we're gonna jump to
Rebecca.
to Penny and Charlotte. Penny and Charlotte, you're looking at these sleeping bodies on these little tables or these little stone little beds. What do you do?
I take out what's left of my ham and try to feed it to them and see if I can make friends.
Charlotte.
You're
I
gonna-
mean, I'm Charlotte. Penny, no. I'm just like trying to get her to maybe not do that because I'm scared, but Penny's like, trust me. Am I allowed to say that?
Well,
you
Penny's gonna do what Penny's gonna do.
Oh God. Oh God. So I'm nervous, but I'm like, okay, you know what? I just gave Penny vice captainship. I have to not just be the person in control all the time. I have to trust Penny. Let's feed these scary beings ham.
And try to make friends, yes.
And try to make friends.
What do I need? Yeah, what do I need to roll for ham friends?
For ham friends, well, first you've gotta walk toward ham friends. So
Okay.
let's roll a sneak check.
All right, that's a body. So that's 3d6. Oh, that is an utter failure.
You have a reroll.
No, I gotta save it for ham. So
Wow. So you take a step forward, and the second that you take a step forward, from behind you comes a little sound. It's in the hallway from where you just left, and it goes. It's a sound that goes. Beep, 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 beep. And it's like an alarm clock ringing. And on that sound, all of those 10 creatures, they start to like creak up. They're like and you hear like their bones mushing and crunching as they arise from their slumber, these humanoid creatures. They turn in your direction, but their eyes aren't at you, and one of them barrels right past you and down into the hallway.
And
the other 9 are still waking up. It barrels past both of you. It actually to get by. It actually presses on your shoulder, Charlotte. It presses on your right shoulder and pushes through. And it's like, ah!
And Charlotte's like,
see, maybe it wants to be friends, right?
Yeah, or it wants whatever made that sound out there.
Sorry, you're saying this out loud?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Is that a
So
bad
all
idea?
of them then turn toward the sound of your voices coming out of your throats and are just like,
okay.
While in the background you hear, and they're all just staring at you with what you can see through your headlights are completely blind eyes, just going. And another one starts barreling toward both of you.
Okay.
What? Okay.
One of them is barreling towards both of you. It can't quite see, and there is the sound of whatever is behind you still going off. It's crawling toward. Yeah.
So Charlotte is like, Charlotte moves to the side. It's like, let's move to the to Penny to get out of the way of this beeline so that it can like go into the sound direction of the. And so we're kind of like creating a passageway for this creature to pass through.
Great. Let's do a move check for you.
Okay. Great. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. No.
Well,
It
that's not a
doesn't
complete
work.
failure.
It's not a complete fail. You go to move.
What is-
You move your.
Okay.
You move. Back against. You jump back against a what you think is maybe a deeper wall to get out of the way, but you step on what feels more like flesh, and you hear someone go "Ah!" right behind you, and this voice that you stepped on, their scream, turns all of the other. So that one that was beelining past you, it does in fact past you, but you did step on this other person who screamed, and now the other 8 of them are looking in your direction. But Penny, they're not staring at you. So I'm going to put the action on you as you see these 9 or 8 that aren't in this hallway where you hear beep, 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 and now the sounds of like screaming behind you are now looking in the direction of a scream, and their heads are like turning, like investigating what it is, looking like they're about to pounce on whatever that sound was.
I throw a piece of the ham, my last piece of ham at them, and I'm just like trying to use my like empathize powers and just trying to be like, it's okay. We're all scared. We're all stuck in a cave. We got this. To the best of Penny's abilities.
Great. You said you wanted to use your empathize powers, and so you're going to be making an empathize check.
Damn.
You have an added die. You have an added die.
If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Own actions.
I don't know what that was. Oh wow!
Wow! Yeah. Okay. How did they go after this ham?
She doesn't make a sound because they seem to be like upset at the noise. So instead, she just like holds it out delicately and tries, just like Charleston, to transmit because she does a lot of meditation, and she's just meditating, hopefully on the same level as these pale fleshed cave creatures. And it's like, I like ham. You could like ham. We could be ham friends. We could be ham friends. And it's just like trying her best to send good vibes out.
And then this little creature, one of them comes up and it sniffs your hand, and its sniff doesn't sound like a normal sniff. It sounds like wind going into a face, and which I guess is sort of the sound of a sniff, but it's like a big wind, and it bites your hand. It bites the ham, and it just like gnashes it in its teeth, and then it goes. Ah! Sort of like right at you, but it cannot see you. It just ate the ham, and now 8 you and you did say that it was the last of your ham. So now, Charlotte, you see as you are backed up into this person that just said "ah" and screamed. They all reach. They are all now approaching closely on Penny, but another one goes towards the sound in the other room. Beep, 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 beep. And you just hear the sound of like you don't even know what, screaming and like thrashing and all of that stuff going on in there.
Okay, so I decide to kind of investigate what's happening with this person I stepped on. And I turn around and I'm like, do you live here? Like, how do you deal with these? What?
Is that full volume?
Oh my shit. No, I whisper. You can't
I love it. I love it. Yes.
I decide to make friends. No, I whisper because I'm trying to get information. I'm like, do you live here? Like, what do we do to deal with this situation? That's what I do. And I whisper it so quietly no one can hear.
and she's like, this person is a master whisperer, and she just is like, she's like covered in dirt. Her hair, you see it from your headlamp, her hair is like stuck to her face. She has a bunch of little cuts on her from presumably fighting these things or rock climbing or whatever. And she's like, you have to be quiet. You cannot make a sound. I'm looking for my sister.
And Charlotte is like, this really speaks to her because she has a sister and she also recently lost all of these sisters, spiritual sisters, in the shark attack. And so she knows what it's like, and she just looks at her and she does one of these and like throws it away. And then she looks
and
back
the woman,
at
when you do that, she's like, and then she realizes it was a fake key, and she's like,
that's great. And I go and I'm like really, really quiet, but then I realize that Penny is like about to be full on attacked. And so I freak out. And I'm like, Penny!
Oh
no. This is great.
Oh no.
I love it.
No.
But I do that but I only say it in my head.
Oh, I take.
Is it your head or it's out loud? So you just are frozen solid. Okay, Penny,
I'm
you
frozen
see.
solid. I don't know what to do. I'm really freaking out.
Got it. Yes, absolutely.
You're about to scream, Penny, and this woman just
I'm
puts
about
her
to scream,
hand
Penny.
over your mouth,
Yeah.
and she points in the opposite direction of Penny, where there is another opening tunnel, and she's like, "Only exit."
And okay, so I see it, and I kind of start to quietly move against the wall towards the exit, and I look at Penny, and I'm like, I mouth, I'm going to the exit, and I don't say it.
That's a sneak check for you.
That's a sneak check? Okay, that's fair. All right, let's see if I can do it. I haven't been doing so well with my rolls. God damn it! No, what does this mean? What does this mean?
You don't have anything. Okay,
Of course
you're
not.
like,
I'm the guest. No one wants to save me. It's
you're
okay.
like, there were some ones in there. You were like, I'm going this way, and you go to step, but you step on what is like a I want to say it's like a but you do have an added die. Do you want to roll one single die?
Oh my
You have
God.
an added die to use.
Sure, I guess I might as well.
Come on, dice. Let's.
Oh! I should have let you finish the cheer. That's why it didn't work.
You step on something. You step back, and it is on a I want to say it's a rat that has somehow not been completely eaten, but its back half is gone. But you step on it enough for the rat to make a scream. That's like, and all of the things turn from you, Penny. They turn away from you, and they jump towards our friend Charlotte. And as they're clambering forward, this mysterious woman that was there jumps in front to push you out of the way. She's put the hand over your mouth, she's helped you, and those things just go to town on her. One bites her neck, blood squirts out, it covers you in blood. She's like, ah! It brings the other ones that were in the hallway. They come racing past Penny, and they all just start feasting on this woman, and she's like, my sister, find my sister, as they just shred her. An intestine comes out, a rib pops out, her eyeball goes flying, it sticks to the wall. You see it in the light of your light, Penny. That's how far the eyeball went out. It is just bones cracking, a full feast, and you're just stuck there watching them just absolutely eat her, Charlotte. You're watching this mysterious woman just absolutely be feasted upon.
And I'm like, I really want to cry because I feel like it's my fault. But I look to Penny and I point to the other exit. And I'm like, we need, I point to it and I motion to her to join me so that we can go out this other exit.
Great.
And that's what I do.
Yeah. Great. Do you follow Penny? Penny, what do you do when you see her point? You see them just eating her. At this point now, you see like a toe flies up out of it. You see a patella. Knees are sort of a theme tonight. You see a patella just already bone just fall around on the floor. They're eating her pretty fast. What do you do?
Penny doesn't want to dwell too much on the metaphorical aspect of these creatures eating the joints of the body. She takes out, she has no more ham. She has a little bit of chorizo left though, however. And so she like crumbles it up, grabs the rat nearby just for extra measure and throws it as far away from her as she can in the opposite direction. And tries to make it as loud of a possible sound as possible.
Great. It makes a little like, and it's enough that 4 of them come off the body and go towards them, giving you a little area that you can walk around to get to the other side and out the door of this sleeping quarters of them. Great.
And
so
I'm
y'all
gonna try to exit, follow Charlotte. Yep.
Great. Yeah, you guys follow, and you step through the door to the other way? Like not the door, the open threshold, the threshold cave?
Yes.
Great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, what were you going to say?
I was going to take my flashlight and just look through just in case that there's like a bunch of these things through.
There's not a bunch through. It's fairly dark though.
Okay, then we're gonna go through. I'm just gonna motion to Charlotte and be like,
Great. You go through, and you're walking, and then the ground sort of gives way, and you slide straight down this like this like slippery rock thing, straight down into another chamber. You pop out of this chamber, you're in the air, both of you, briefly for like a split second, and then you crash into what is just an absolute pool of blood. And as you crash into this bloody pool, you're submerged for a second, and it's bloody. You come up, you look out, and you see that you're now in a room that is essentially like a moat of blood with an island in the center of it. But there's a little bit of sunlight coming in, and on the other side of this, you see a little hole and a mountain of bones leading down into the river. So it's like you're in one part of the river, and then there's an island, and then there's more blood river, and then land and a mountain of bones that stretches all the way up toward an open hole where there is sunlight coming in. It's enough for like a little body to squeeze through. And on that, we go to Hazel, Wyatt, Jed, and this mysterious woman who you see her. She's in the light, and she's like, "You have to be quiet. I'm looking for my sister."
Okay.
Is your sister Rebecca?
Is your name Rebecca?
I'm Rebecca. They hunt with sound.
Oh,
and Jed's like, "They hunt with what?"
Jed can't see. He can't see us. I follow Jed's voice, and I say, "Jed, shh, quiet. Don't say a word ever."
Okay. But where are
just follow me. And I'll take some of the straps. If we have any more of those straps, I'll tie it around Jed's wrist, and I'll lead him like a cow.
Is it tied around your wrist too, or
His
are you
wrist.
just holding it like?
Just holding it.
It's just you're just holding him like a wrist, and he's like,
Literally.
"Okay, I'll be quiet." And then she's like,
I'm looking for my sister. I'm sorry, I was practicing my American accent for a second ago, but I am English. I'm looking for my sister.
I haven't seen anyone else besides your stuff. Wyatt, you have anything to add?
I just more questions. You said that they hunt with sound. Do you know what they are? Are they like aliens?
They are creatures that have lived underground for hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands probably. They developed here. This is their territory, and they're trying to hunt. But I did see a weird spider creature going that way.
and she points in like the opposite end of the wall from where you were.
That's
like the opposite end from where the light.
I'm sorry, you named it Naomi.
She introduced herself.
Yes, she did. And we're gonna find her. I don't think your sister is back that way. We didn't see anybody.
I think the only place I haven't explored is through there. I think my sister is absolutely, definitely alive. And I think she's through there.
Our friends went that way, so if they're there, they'll definitely find them. You should just come with us and meet back with them, so you can meet with your sister.
Okay, let's go that way.
And she picks up one of your helmets, and she's like, "Here." And she puts the helmet back on you, and she's like,
I know you know my name, but I'm Rebecca. I'm a mountain person. I'm a mountaineer. I'm a spelunker.
and I've been trapped here for a while. And she puts she grabs another light, puts it on your head, Wyatt. And she grabs another one, she puts it on Jed's, and Jed is like, "Thank you."
Sorry. And then he's like, sorry, I'm sorry.
You said you've been down here for a while. Have you not been able to contact the surface or phone home?
Phone home? Is that an E.T. reference?
I don't know. I make references when I get nervous.
To E.T. when we're in a cave?
I just love E.T. and I don't know why you're getting up in my business about it.
Yeah,
this is getting weird.
That movie put Reese's Pieces on the map.
It's the reason I eat Reese's Pieces and why I watch any of Drew Barrymore's other movies, except Charlie's Angels, but you know why.
Exactly.
And then, and she's like,
Cameron Diaz is exceptional in being John Malkovich. Oh wait, Drew Barrymore.
Yes, because she's the one in E.T. She's the little girl in E.T.
I'm sorry. Which one is which?
Which Escape to Witch Mountain is a different movie. This is a movie about getting an alien home. I guess they are pretty similar.
I've been in this cave for so long that I have to say, if you ever have the chance to go outside in the rain, you cannot miss the opportunity.
And then she starts walking toward another hole in the cave. And Jed is like, "Let's go!" And from behind him down the area that you came from, you hear like,
I throw Jed's rope to the ground, and I know he can't see me do it, but I throw him a very mean look, and I start running. And I say, "Come on!"
And Wyatt loudly also. Then you hear those things go.
I bolt forward as quickly as I can, and I just quietly whisper to Jed, "Elliot," as we run.
Great. Y'all run. You run into this dark tunnel, and then the ground gives out from underneath you, and all of y'all slide, and then you're suspended in the air for a half of a second, and you land smack in a pool of blood. And simultaneous with your splash, you hear a splash from the side to your left, and as you come up from for air from the blood. All of you see a light shining with a mountain of bones on it that lead up to what is presumably sunlight and a little hole. And Wyatt, you in particular, you see Naomi. What happened to the leash? Diane is saying, right. So Wyatt, you see Naomi at the top of this mountain, hissing at two of those creatures that are like closing in on Naomi. And as that happens, you see Jed also slide out from the back, and his leash that Hazel put him on gets tangled and stuck on a rock, and now he is just dangling in the air, screaming as from behind Penny and Charlotte, who you now see, three of those creatures also slide down and land in the river of blood and pop up screaming, and they're like, and because you're closest to you, Penny, and all of this is happening, and you're seeing all of this happen all at once, the spinner, your friend Naomi at the top with the two things closing in, Jed hanging on from the other rock thing chute that he came out of. That's about, I would say it's about 10, they're about 6 feet from you where they popped out of, and you, and those two are three other creatures that have just crashed into the blood river. Penny, what do you do? Action starts on you.
All right. Penny makes eye contact with Wyatt and then looks to Naomi and then starts on a run to try and save Naomi from the two creatures that are trying to kill her.
Great. So you're like climbing up the island and jumping over the other river. Sweet. Let's do a move roll.
A move
I
roll.
believe
It
in
is.
my friend Penny. You can do it.
You can do it.
Okay, that was not a failure, but it was 2 5s.
Wow.
I needed a yeah.
You jump. You go to leap out of the water, but one of those creatures grabs you and pushes you and submerges you under the river of blood. Charlotte, you see this happen. Charlotte, what do you do? It is a failure, but that thing you jumped up and it jumped up right behind you and pulled you down screaming. Charlotte, what do you do?
I go and I actually try to catch Wyatt's attention because right now we're really relying.
I'm sorry, Penny, you do have a reroll and an add a die if you want to use it. Thank you. That was my bad. Bad GM.
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh! Wow! Wait, we get to go back in time. Thank you, people that gave you a reroll. How do you get out of this river and start heading toward the mountain where Naomi is?
Penny realizes that there's creatures around, so she starts cartwheeling her way on up to Naomi so that they have less of a chance to grab her. And cheerleading is a sport, so she's very sporty. And she just like gets up there and is like, she just wants to like protect Naomi. That's her goal.
Yes, amazing. So you start cartwheeling on up, just because this is all happening at the same time. We're gonna everyone's doing like a second of action. So you start cartwheeling on up. You get out of the river, this little moat beautifully. You are cartwheeling up this mountain, clacking all the bones. And Charlotte, because you're next to her, Charlotte, what do you do as you see your friend pop up and start cartwheeling on up the mountain of
I'm like, there's gotta be, I'm going with her, you know? We have to stick together. I see one girl cartwheeling, I have to cartwheel as well. So I join and I start doing round-offs. I'm like, let's make this even better.
Yes.
And I'm doing back handspring layout, back handspring layout, up the mountain.
I love
of
that.
bones.
Let's do a move check for you.
Oh my gosh, it's not gonna work. I'm so bad at it. Okay.
Let's do a plus. We'll do a +1. I'll give you a +1 for the power of cheerleading friendship and
Okay,
inspiration.
thank you.
Oh
boy.
Oh,
great.
I can't catch a break today.
Do you have a reroll? No, you don't have a reroll.
That's okay.
Charlotte, you jump up. You're like all spirited on the power of hope and stuff. Was there a 1 in there? Did a 1 happen?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It did
I
not.
can't remember.
A creature, one of those creatures, as you do it, the same thing that I was going to do for Penny now happens to you. The creature jumps up as you go up, and it pulls you down beneath the river of blood. You're now flailing, your arms are flailing as you're trying to just push this creature off of you, who is now dragging you in the river of blood. Hazel, actions on you. What do? You've just seen the same things happen. Jed dangling behind you, Naomi up top. Now you're seeing Penny begin to cartwheel. You're seeing Charlotte get dragged down. You know that there's 2 other creatures in that area, and Wyatt's right by you.
Well, I'm hoping that maybe Penny still has that hand blade. I don't remember, because when I last left Penny, Penny had a hand blade. So I'm gonna run to try to help Charlotte. And I'm going to look at Wyatt and say, we got to go help him. So I'm sure there's a bone or something laying around. Maybe I can pick it up. Because I don't think we ever...
I'll give you...
Or did we pick up our pickaxe? That would be great.
You can have your pickaxe. You can have your pickaxe. So I'll give you a... It'll be a... Because you're trying to get to Charlotte also, and she's like 6 feet from you. And you have this pickaxe. I'm gonna make this a move roll for you.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can move real quick.
Come on, dice, do your thing.
Thank you, Penny.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll stop sharing. Okay.
No, it was great. No, it's good because it could have been a 1.
You do have a reroll.
Oh well. I only have 2. Do I have an added die or do I not have? What do I have?
You do not have an added die, but I will give you. Wyatt does have an added die. So Wyatt, if you want to give her your added die,
I used my added die.
You used it.
How do you help her?
Sorry, I have already used my added die earlier in the session.
Yeah.
It is no longer available for use in this moment.
It's fine. It's the end. I can try a reroll.
Great.
Why not?
Do a reroll.
Oh,
okay.
They're like brothers and sisters.
Here's the thing. We're gonna add one more reroll. You can take my reroll because I'm going to. You say help, and I'm going to try to propel you forward. And then if you mess this up, then I mess it up for you.
Great. Ooh, wow. Yeah, you see her struggling to get by. The blood is thicker than water. Hey, and so swimming's a little harder. Wyatt, what do you do? So you're gonna push her. So let's do the reroll. This is the big roll. We're gonna watch it happen.
Okay, here we go. Oh.
You push Hazel toward Charlotte. Hazel goes forward in the water, but she is now just in a pit of 3 of these creatures that are now circling. One's got Charlotte, is grabbing Charlotte, and 2 are closing on Hazel. Penny, you're almost up there. Jed is like, no. Wyatt, what do you do?
I see them like swirling around Hazel, and I saw Charlotte get pulled under the water. So I'm gonna move over to the base. Or it's not water, it's blood. I'm sorry, I forgot that very important, horrible detail. I'm gonna swim over to like the base of the mountain of bones. I'm gonna grab a bunch of them and just shout, "Hey!" and then throw them over into the blood, attempting to get them to move away from not only Hazel and Charlotte, but also Naomi at the top of the mountain.
Roll a charm check.
Don't like this.
Good thing I have my Oh no!
You don't have your reroll.
what you know about a good enough.
Those were like those were 3 ones.
From the jaws of despair.
What direction do you throw it in?
Under Jed.
Oh God! You throw them
intentional. It's not intentional, but I rolled 3 ones. We have to honor that.
Yeah,
that's true. And they crash against the wall, and Jed is like, "Ow! What are you doing? You're trying to kill me!" And then the three like creatures that were about to grab Charlotte, they jump up and they spring toward Jed. They crawl up the wall. It's the most insane climbing you've ever seen. And Jed's like, "Oh, damn it!" And then he's like, "Oh, oh, damn it!" Not in a southern accent at all. And then he's like, "Y'all, I said it was the worst day ever, but this is my new favorite job." And he says it just as those creatures just start shredding him apart. And his dying words are, "I hope you find that girl's sister." And he is just a head on a spine as they are just shredding him apart. Meanwhile, I think that this Rebecca character, she's followed Penny right up. She's running. She's covered in blood. She's up with you, Penny, at Naomi. Penny, what do you do?
So there's still 2 things coming at Naomi, right? 2 of these.
There's 2 of these coming for Naomi. Yeah.
Okay. So what Penny is going to do, because she's run out of sausages and ham and everything else, is she's going to try to build a flamethrower because she has a lighter and pepper spray. And so she's going to try and like press the pepper spray and press the lighter beneath and use that to set the creatures on fire.
Great. Let's do a force check. Oh, not a force check. That would be a tinker check, and we'll do +2 because it's fire. It's your best friend.
Oh, well, thank you. So that's 7 + 2, so that's 9. Come on, buddy. Dice.
Whoa.
Dice! Oh my God. Okay, do I have anything? Do I have an added die? Do I have?
You have an added die. It can be 1.
Fuck.
Oh my God!
Holy shit! That is insane.
Oh!
From the jaws of death once again. Oh, it is Penny and her favorite element of fire.
What happens to those 2? What happens to those 2 creatures if you do that?
So what Penny does is she pulls up her pepper spray from her keychain, her lighter, and she just creates the most beautiful flamethrower. And she's just maniacally going at it, trying to get the 2 creatures away from Naomi. And she kind of just like kicks Naomi up through the hole while she's doing this because it was a very successful, if very difficult tinker check.
Yes. That's amazing. That is amazing. That is enough. That fire, one of them that's now on fire and thrashing, starts screaming and running sort of toward the river of blood, dragging a whole bunch of these other ones with him. Some of them are still on Jed. There is a clear path for all of y'all. You've all now run. I'm just going to give it to you. You've sprinted up toward the Mountain of Bones. You're looking at Naomi. You're at the hallway. And Rebecca is like, has anybody seen my sister? Has anybody seen my sister?
And Charlotte and Penny are like, "Oh shit," or I'm like, "Was that?" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't say anything." And so I say, "Sorry, no."
and she's like, "Then I can't leave. No. Y'all go on ahead. You get out of here to safety. I'm gonna go back in there and find my sister." And before you can say anything, she is sprinting down. She dives headfirst into the river of blood, into its depths, leaving y'all alone with Wyatt. I feel like you and Naomi have had the most built relationship. Wyatt, you look at Naomi, and what do you want to do?
I want to check on her or them to see if they're okay.
Yeah.
And are they still like bleeding? Is there anything I can do to check on them?
Yeah, the wound is open, and she's just like.
So I'll just
and-
kind of reach out an arm to try to cradle her and hold, or cradle them and hold
Great.
them and carry them out of the cave.
Great. You reach out an arm, and she's clearly confused. And what she does is she turns, and she, like in her frenzy from hissing off these things from the fire, from being just overly startled, she turns, and it's not super hard, but she just bites your arm.
No.
She sinks her teeth into your arm, and she's like, ah! And then it's a wound. Like you're definitely bleeding now from your arm.
Yeah.
And then she looks at you, and she realizes who you are, and she hugs you a little, and she nuzzles into your chest as y'all crawl out of that cave into the light of day, and as Wyatt and Hazel step forward, and with Wyatt holding Naomi in his arms, the last two people to leave the cave are Charlotte and Penny. And you turn to each other, and I want to end our episode on a quick back and forth that you two have with each other. So let's check in on what they say and what they do as they step out of the cave.
Penny turns to Charlotte and is like, I've given it a lot of thought. And as Jed died, I don't think I need to say anything nice about him ever. I will be vice captain of the cheerleading squad. I will take this mantle. I will cheer my heart out. You can depend on me to carry our team, whether it is through math, fire, sausage, ham, or spider friend.
And Charlotte's like, you know what, Penny? You totally proved to me that you have the chutzpah to make it as a cheerleader. And to prove it to everyone here, we have to do one last cheer. But we have to do it while flipping through the air. And Charlotte is like, show me your back tuck, bitch. And they get up and they do back tucks, and they land them, and then they do this cheer together perfectly in unison. And it goes like this. We vanquished the humanoid.
Those humanoid things.
And Rebecca's sister. Is okay.
Okay. Wow.
While they're cheering, while they're doing that, I'll sidle over to Wyatt and say, "Look at that! You saved our lives again. You're really impressive, Almost as
Wyatt. Wyatt's like holding his bleeding arm wound from where he got bit by the spider. He goes,
I've already pulled out all of my antiseptic wipes, and I'm just dabbing away at Wyatt from all the cuts and bruises and whatnot.
I just didn't want anything bad to happen to you.
Yeah. So y'all walk off into the sunset, and y'all go your separate ways to your home. And Wyatt decides he's gonna take Naomi that night, and he's in his room putting Naomi to bed. He puts her in a little like dog bed next to his bed. He's hidden her from his parents, and he goes.
It's a pile of sweatpants, but yes.
It's a pile of sweatpants. Great. He goes to the bathroom. He brushes his teeth. He gets ready for bed, and he comes back in. And Naomi looks a little bit different. She doesn't really look spider-like at all. She has skin, and but it's like wrinkly skin, and her neck. Well, she didn't really have a neck before, but now it looks like she has a neck and a weird sort of like circular shaped head. And she reaches out her hand. Yeah, it's a hand. And her fingertip starts glowing. And she looks at you, Wyatt, and she says, E.T. phone home.
No way!
And that's the end of our episode.
Amazing.
Yes.
Can we just talk about these roles tonight?
Woo!
They were
Sorry.
wild.
Oh my god.
Fire.
Wild.
I'm sorry we went so over. I want to make this fast, so can everyone just go around, starting with Wyatt? We're just going to go around in a circle if you can say your name and how we can follow you and plug things. I know we went, sorry y'all, I know we went way over, but it was fun. Let's start with Wyatt.
Hey everybody, I played Wyatt Wilder. My name is Trevor Adams. You can find me on Twitter at HOWIETT or Instagram at Trevor.Adams, where you can see photos of my sister's wedding this past weekend. Going up to Hazel.
Hi, I was Hazel Morrison. Also, Chelsea Bites on the internet. I frequently forget to turn off that accent a lot. Yeah, so you can join us on Twitch. Join me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all of those things. I may be building some computers pretty soon, so if that's your squeeze, please join in. And I'm going to throw that on over to Shu.
Ooh, I might build a computer, so I'm totally gonna tune in. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Hello There Shu. It is spelled X and then U. Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever you need. I'm there. All right, Charlotte.
Oh yes, Charlotte, also known as Hallie. I'm Hallie Haas. Thank you guys so much for having me as a guest. This was really fun. You can, yes, hands up. You can find me on the internet, Twitter at Hallie K Haas, Instagram at Hallie Haas, no K. And I'm just thrilled to be here. And thanks for having me.
Yes,
I love
am...
FearHQ.
No, we love having you. Are you kidding? I always say this when you ever go, you're like friend of the housewives.
Yeah, it's like the best. Anytime. It's my favorite.
I'm Dylan Guerra. You can catch me on Twitter at Dylan G. Guerra. My middle name is Gabriel. Or you can catch me on Instagram at Dylan Guerra, or on other platforms. And I am here on Mondays doing Slasher Town right after Chelsea does her amazing Playing Dead, or Play Dead on this channel. I always say Playing Dead. I don't know why I do that. We have all sorts of fun content. Our third co-host, Clark Wolf, she does Wolf's Call on Tuesday nights. And then Wednesday we have Ghost Hunting for Babies with Brandon Winfrey and Chloe. And on Thursdays, we do Horror News FearCast with Clark Wolf. So make sure that you're following our channel. Thank you all. Oh, did I screw up? Okay. Thank you all. Sorry, doxed. Oh no, you're I don't know. I don't get it. Thank you all for being here. This is so much fun. This is a blast. Thank you to our mods, Angel, Mitsu, and Gayaka, Sylviana, our producer, Brandon, our producer, doing double duty as art director, and Joe, our fabulous tech director, Fox, our incredible social media person, and Jack, our community manager. It's a lot of fun being here. So thanks. And I guess we can say we're going to be doing an ET episode next week. So it's going to be hectic. See y'all later. Have a good night.
Sound stirs things up. You can use rattles, you can use maracas, you can clap your hands. I also